we're sinking. We better start swimming. Oh, if we're sinking, we better start swimming. We better start swimming. Into the water, grab me by the hair, save me from going down into the deep with the souls who ain't sinking.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to NASA Bunker 33, where we are spending the next month taking apart our nomination for the toppest leftist of them all, JM Truth. And I apologize to everyone right now for making you look at Daniel Pratt.
It's
But
just the palate cleanser
blame
before the JM Truth pain begins.
yeah. So anyway, I'm your host, Quiddy's the Sprinkler, and with me as always is our incredible producer that never fucks anything up ever, Zoomy. How are you doing tonight?
I am doing fine, except for having to look at Daniel Pratt's ugly mug.
Well,
Thank you
you're
for
the one
that.
that decided to do it.
You're the one
I
that
just put it
posted
in
it in the office.
Yeah, there is that. And it's also funny because I think we're the only ones here right now since everyone's watching MC Toon instead.
Yeah.
But hey, it's still funny to us and the people that will watch this later.
Yeah.
All right, we also have a Vishanti here. How are you doing tonight?
Oh man, well, I'm currently taking a coffee bath, so I'm doing fairly well.
But coffee bath laced with cocaine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't forget the cocaine.
Yeah, true.
It's swirling around. And to me, it doesn't really look like coffee. It looks like Vish had a stomach ache.
Well, the smell
And my dumb ass is still sitting in it.
Well, the smell from over here is wonderful. I love the smell of coffee.
When you said smell, I was still thinking about stomach ache.
Oh, God. Hey, Garrison,
Anywho.
Jinshu, and keeping it criminal.
Anywho, Booma, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing not bad. I've just lost our stream. I'm trying to get it back desperately. You know what it's like, technology and boomers. My neighbour had an interesting thing during the week. He actually, when I was sticking my head over the fence and having a sticky beak, he caught me as he does and said, I've had some trouble. The wife crashed the Mustang. And I went, oh, my God, is she hurt? He said, no, it's not yet. She locked herself in the bathroom. So don't crash the hubby's Mustang and you won't get hurt. And apart from that, it's summer here in Australia, so we're still wearing shorts, and it's kind of nearly getting to the end, and fuck, it's hot. So, yeah, it's swimmy time, but I'm
How
sort of
hot
over it.
is it?
Oh, it's getting up to the high 30s in
Eesh.
Celsius, and that's like, I think that's about 100-ish on the old
Yeah, that's
scale.
pretty close to like 100, yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, you used to double it and add 30, I think, is a rough one. Yeah. So anyway, that's 90 to 100. So sorry about the cough there. Yeah, getting yucky, but I'm looking forward to it. Gets into autumn, and that's a beautiful time of year. But oh man, it's fucking hot, and we've and not as hot as our Prime Minister, who's looking like he's going to get the arse. We're going to flick him, and he's going to be on the pile with Trump. And people are saying he's like Donald Trump, and then people are saying no, don't insult Trump. And I went, hey,
wow,
wow,
Aussie politics going for the throat.
Yeah. And apart from that, it's all good. Hey, where have you been, Vish? You've been missing for a while. I haven't been in the same studio or coffee cup as you for some time. I got the bed over here. Thank you for that. And I don't think that's a coffee, is it, Sprinkles? I think your nose. That's that peg on your nose that's stopping you realizing what it really is. Anyway, guys, it's fun to be here. So we got JM, have we? Well, That's going to be
Yeah,
good.
we got JM, and we're going to be covering JM all month. So we're gonna start off pretty slow with the JM stupid, even though
Yeah.
there's so much JM stupid that it's
Oh,
pretty
gosh.
hard to start off slow.
Yeah.
I mean, you
that's-
kind of just got to jump into it head first. This is the guy that said you can't move a camera 9 miles because this guy that thinks
Pan.
he's an expert in filmmaking had no fucking clue what pan was.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. He's the guy that said that the sun can't be in space because fire needs oxygen to survive.
He's the guy that
Oh.
said 10 to the negative 17
It's a negative
is a negative
Negative
number
number.
because it's to the right of the decimal place.
Yeah.
Yep. I can hear Writer of Dinosaurs screaming from all the way across the planet.
Yeah.
You know, I originally, when I got into this community, it was just about the same time that the discovery that was JM Truth was made. And I seriously wanted to make a channel and just take apart JM Truth videos. Like that's all I wanted to do. And then Writer of Dinosaurs beat me to the punch. And after watching a couple of his videos, I was like, there's no way in hell I could do it any better than that.
He's so good at it.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. Well,
If you're not subscribed to Writer of Dinosaurs, go do it right now.
yeah, do it.
I have a
We
question,
will
guys.
sit
If
here
you
and
put-
wait with our arms crossed.
I have a question. If you put Rider of Dinosaurs and Dapper Dino in the same studio together, would you have like a good old-fashioned rodeo? And that could almost be worth a view. I'd like to see that.
Yes, and it's immediately after the Naki show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do go on.
Well, anyway,
Have you got tickets?
we want
All right, so what do we have up first?
This one is the Science 100 series. What is Science? Produced in July 21st,
yes.
2021. One of his
This
newest.
was JM's triumphant return to the flat Earth.
Triumphant being a very... And look, he has the warning up here, so in case he does decide
Actually,
to cover this...
Before we start this, though, I do want to point out that this guy does say that he is a research scientist, a physicist, an expert in filmography and all this other stuff.
He said
And
he was
I
a
want
Modified
people to
sniper.
pay attention.
he
Yeah,
accidentally a letter. It's
yeah,
physicist.
right. But I do want people to pay attention to the lighting and the sound in this video and tell me if that is the lighting or the sound that anyone who knew jack shit about making movies would
Videography.
ever have in a video.
And like I was saying, he has this nice little warning up saying, "Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on copyright under 17 U.S. 10C."
It's a good thing that we're a parody channel.
Exactly.
And we're also news reporting that JM is a dumbass.
Yeah.
More on that at
Fail.
11.
Try fail. Exactly, Jenshu. Anyway, let's roll VT. And yes, I still have Calvin up pissing on the chat.
Wow, that's some serious music.
Yeah.
Is he trying to make this like Top Gun?
Or Mission Impossible.
Highway to the danger zone.
Danger
Next
zone.
thing you're going to see a bunch of F-14s taking off.
Maverick.
Get
Not
out of there,
Tom
Hollywood.
Cruise.
Get out of there, goddammit.
You know what? You're dangerous.
Talk to me, Goose.
I like how serious this fucking opening is, though. It's like,
Okay, pause.
Oh, come on. We're 5 seconds into your calling pause. You're going to take
We're
the
54
license.
seconds in.
54
Oh,
seconds.
God.
in.
So
54
okay,
seconds.
so
That is the
another
intro.
thing that JM says he's an expert at is CGI. But this literally looks like an opening scene from a video game from like 1995.
Yeah, it does, really. Actually, it does. Like a PlayStation 1.
Like
I mean,
not
those are
even the
probably
PlayStation
the-
1. This is like Nintendo 64.
This is the
Yeah.
extent of his skills, man. Is like mid 90s, early PlayStation level graphics. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not quite as bad as like Sega Genesis, but it's up there.
All right, let's keep going. Just wanted to point that out.
Hello, my friends. Joshua Michael here, or some of you may know me,
Wait.
JM Trooth.
Hang on.
This
Hang on.
is science.
Yeah.
Is he wearing a butcher smock?
Yes, he
He's
is.
wearing a butcher smock.
He's wearing a
And
butcher
I
smock
can-
again.
I can smell him through my computer monitor.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
No, hey, guys, no. He works at the sushi train on the weekends to make ends meet. That's a sushi chef uniform there. I've seen that before. The black hat.
I
and
would,
the white-
I would
literally
not
a-
let anyone with that nappy ass hair anywhere close to anything I was going to consume.
Well, what's even
Yeah.
more disgusting about it is that he's got these dookie dreadlocks, but he always has a do-rag on his head because he's balding.
Yeah.
He was balding,
So it's like an
and
entire
there are pictures
bald
of him.
patch on the top of his head, but there around
Yeah.
like the very side and the back is where his dookie ass dreads come from.
and there are pictures of him without his do-rag, and his head is like perfectly flat
Where?
on top.
Yeah, square.
Like he got dropped on his head as a child when his skull was still soft, and it just flattened the top of his head.
Maybe that's why he thinks the Earth is flat, because the top of his
Yeah.
head is small. It matches the top of his head.
All
Science
right.
100 series. This is Science 100.
Damn, your mic's flipping.
Introduction to Science. What is
Yeah, his mic keep on clipping. Like, would
That's
any
a
would any videographer, put up with that?
he probably has his mic input turned all the way up to 100 for this. And he's got his nappy ass dreads brushing against his mic.
Brushing against the microphone like a freaking moron.
Yeah.
And he's only lit from one side.
Yep.
Jesus, JM.
God, he's so bad at this.
Y'all, pay attention to the stream real quick.
Oh. But it's not allegedly Dave.
Yeah, but I think we're taking a piss on him,
Well,
so
it'll probably make him smell better anyway.
probably.
science? So, for those of you that don't know, I served 12 years in the United States military. I was a combat medic. I've taken anatomy, physiology.
It's not relevant, JM. You might have taken an anatomy course, a physiology course, but you are not specialized in anatomy. You are not specialized in physiology. Taking
And-
a course does not make you an expert.
That's the
Exactly.
exact reason why he's top left. Because
Um,
Dunning-Kruger.
And the whole, I was in the military for 12 years. That has
So,
zero to do with science, JM. This video is what is science, not how long was JM in the military.
it's not like a biography, but here's what he's doing. He's trying to set himself up as an authoritative figure.
Yes.
Like, he's going, I was in the military, and there's this idea that, like, oh, if you're married or if you're a veteran, you must be someone of, like, good character and you must be reliable. Like, that is not how this works, JM.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he does that every time he's debated. He'll do that. He'll state his quote unquote credentials just like this. And then he'll say, and I'm the only one here that is qualified to talk about this subject.
Yeah.
Sure, JM.
Yeah, sure.
All right, keep
Mind
going.
you,
I mean,
we-
I took
we all-
two astronomy courses in college, but that doesn't make me an astronomer, even though I made
Yeah.
A's in both of them.
But guys, we all do kind of, shall we say, extend our resume a little bit. I mean, you don't write Formula One champion that can be followed through, but you do tend to, well, what's the word? Just pat it out a little bit. Like being in the military for
Exaggerate.
12 years sounds like you're stable. Of course, in his case, the US military could probably sue him. But anyway, they got plenty of money.
The military used him as target practice. Our military has really gone downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They couldn't even hit him.
But also, even if he was a combat medic, what does that have to do with the Earth shape?
Yeah.
In JM's mind, everything, because it makes him the only person qualified to talk about Earth shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doo-doo ass dreads coming out his flat ass head. Come at me, JM.
I wish I
dare you.
had that picture of his flat ass head.
Oh god.
Oh, I've seen it on his other websites.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've seen it too. It was in the movie he made too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember he showed up without the do-rag on that movie, and it.
I have to pull it up for you.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
it
back
is-
when he didn't have his nasty ass dreads too.
Yeah. It was
White
back when he
people
did
should
the
never
thing.
have dreadlocks. This
No,
is
they
not
shouldn't.
up for debate.
Jack Black proved that in I Know What You Did Last Summer, or I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, whatever
Mhm.
movie it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's continue.
Pharmacology, all kinds of different medical courses.
No,
I thought
no,
I knew
no,
some.
no. I'll stop you right there. Being a pharmacologist or anybody involved in pharmaceuticals takes years, plural, of specialized study.
Just to be a pharmacy technician, you have to have like associate's degree, don't you?
I mean, look,
Also,
if you want to be an assistant, that's one thing, but if you're trying to dole out prescription medication to people, you need ridiculous amounts of chemistry and biology and medical training on top of like the regular stuff that you would do in medical school. It's a lot. That's why they get paid hella dollars.
Yeah, one of my
Also-
oldest friends, girl that I've known since we were in diapers, she's an actual pharmacist, and she went to school for like 6 or 7 years to become a pharmacist.
Mhm.
And that's the only school that she did. She wasn't in the military. She
Also-
wasn't in film school. She wasn't in whatever the else JM did. I think he mowed lawns for a little while,
also,
and he was a
JM
cook.
Also, JM's being a little bit duplicitous because in the the T-jump debate, he brought up that pharmacy actually means magic in Hebrew, and I'm like,
He meant, and it's not Hebrew, that's Greek. Pharmakeia is Greek.
pharmakeia, rather,
Yeah.
yeah.
He loves to talk about the origin of words, but he never gets it right. I think
Yeah.
Booma, you want to say something?
Yeah, firstly, I was going to say, hey, isn't this little yellow box really cool in Jitsi where we put our hand up? A girl I went out with back when I was about 20, she was actually a laboratory assistant at a big pharmaceutical company where they used to do things like clean out petri dishes. And she was doing it because she'd finished secondary education. She knew she couldn't get through chemistry and pharmaceuticals, whatever, to be a chemist on her budget. So she was working as a lab assistant, and apparently the lab assistant time goes into positive credits in your overall course. So a lot of chemists or pharmaceutical chemists, whatever we call them here, is the same as you, the guys who prescribe drugs or give you drugs over the counter.
Mhm.
A lot of them, you can be a lab assistant and it's kind of qualifies as part of your qualities. So he obviously hasn't done any because he's a combat medic. So all he got to learn to do is use super glue and slap a Band-Aid on and say, it'll be all right in the morning, I hope.
Yeah,
Right, and give you,
literally,
like, a
literally
shot of
all
morphine or
combat
something.
medics really do is stabilize someone
Yeah.
and do the Arnold Schwarzenegger, get him to the chopper. Like that's his job. Just stabilize him and then put
Yeah.
his ass on a chopper.
Mhm.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that someone who knows what the hell they're doing can take care of him.
Yeah.
Like it's your job to keep them from bleeding out or one of their limbs falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But hey, he can give you a shot of morphine.
Yep.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Not a real shot, just one of those little syrettes.
Yeah.
Like he probably doesn't even know how to use an actual
Those little
syringe.
prepackaged deals, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're only a minute and a half into this.
Well, if there wasn't so much dumb.
Literally
and-
every sentence that JM says is stupid.
And after
Listen,
this,
That's
I
what
s-
we're getting at with this stream.
I still can't get past the fact that his stupid ass dreadlocks are brushing the microphone.
and after
I
this,
mean, goddamn.
after this, we might play one of the clips I found from the TJ Jump debate. Just,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
because that was the medical one.
I'm a professional filmmaker. I have an IMDb page, but my dreadlocks are brushing my own fucking lapel mic.
Yeah, I
Hire
have an
me for
IMDb page
things.
too. You can literally make one yourself and lie about things if you want to.
Yeah. Look
Yeah.
at my diploma from Full Sail, the diploma mule.
Yeah, right here.
Or my diploma from what was the other one? The one in Washington that lost its accreditation. Like it was accredited, but then it lost it.
Oh, that's perfect.
Evergreen or whatever.
Evergreen, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Jinshu in the chat says combat medic's job is ABC. Open the airway, control bleeding, and control for shock.
Yep.
And Jin is qualified because he is a genuine military person and he doesn't go around
Oh.
scotting and saying, I was in the military for 12 years, therefore. But Jin is a genuine army dude. So thank you very much, Jin.
Yeah.
You
Well,
Mhm.
Jen,
Appreciate
my
it.
dad was in the military, so I know more than you.
My brother was in the military.
That's my impression of JM, by the way.
my brother and my grandfather were in the military, so both my grandfathers were in the military. So yeah,
Okay. We gotta shut up and play this video.
yes we do. Yes we do.
Science. I thought I understood science. And I loved science. I loved
No, he
science
didn't
so much that I
understand science.
decided to do these instructional videos to take us back to the basics,
God,
so that we
look
can
at the lighting.
reevaluate what we've learned in
Look
school
at how
and
bad
take a look at what
the
makes.
He
lighting.
doesn't even know what camera he's talking to.
Well, that's a thing
He's the
where
one
you cannot
making the
talk directly
video,
into
and
the
he
camera.
doesn't
That's
know
fine.
what camera he's talking
But
to.
that's fine. That's like a modern like documentary style thing. It makes it feel more relaxed. But however, look at the white balance on this freaking shot.
Yeah, I know.
The
I know.
lighting
Look
is
at the
so
hot
bad.
spots in his
yeah,
glasses.
it's way too hot.
Look at that random stray nasty ass hair
Yeah.
highlighted on the side of his face.
Yeah. Oh my
You
god.
reckon he'd learn how to put his glasses on straight too? Maybe he gets, I'd say he
Yeah.
gets headaches.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's almost like
His
a parody.
glasses aren't level and horizontal,
No, they're not level.
or
No,
flat
they're
and
not.
level.
They're not
That's
level
it.
and horizontal.
And dude, look, the white balance on this is so bad. You can see the inconsistencies in the paint behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. You can see the paint. The paint on the wall is terrible, by the way.
Unless that's just, your monitor like fucking up the resolution. But yeah, it's or the
Yeah.
digital, I should say the
I
digital
mean, it
compression.
could be,
Well,
but it's probably because JM is a modified expert in painting, and he did it himself.
No. I'm looking
No,
at it. I'm looking at it on three. I'm looking at it on
it's
three
a-
different
it's-
monitors, and they're all in the same place. So
Yeah.
It's a
I
green
mean, it could be
screen.
an artifact on the actual video. But, okay,
Boomer,
Boomer.
go ahead.
boom.
It's a green screen, but he's colorblind.
Ugh, Jam, you're white. The whites are too bright, man. It's
Yeah.
hot. It's too hot lighting. You should know this, but you don't. You're like an idiot and an
No, he
amateur.
doesn't. I mean, he graduated from a shitty ass film school, and he probably graduated with C's.
Oh, Dapper Dinosaur's in the chat. Dapper,
Yes.
And
Dapper, would
I
you
had
like
a
to come
friend
on?
in college, and his
Did he wanna
motto
come in?
throughout college was C's get degrees.
Yeah.
And
Dapper.
he didn't learn a
Oh,
damn thing through college. And I have
I've
a
already-
feeling that JM learned
Okay.
even less than him.
I've already asked Dapper if he wants to come on. He has the link if he wants it. So
Okay,
Awesome.
awesome.
step
Yeah.
ahead he is.
Get your ass in here, Dapper.
Yeah, and I've already I've given a link to Draco Fire as well. He
Sweet.
might be coming in later, but we don't know yet.
Cool.
Okay, back to
Yeah,
JM.
back to JM.
May or may not be true. So for Science 100, we're going to answer the question, what is science?
God, the
So
lighting's
let's-
so bad.
You don't know what
I have a
science
feeling
is.
we're not going to answer the question, what is science?
Also, Can I just say that if you're preparing a documentary style video or a seminar type thing, you don't need to have fucking paper notes that you're rustling and looking down at.
Yeah.
You don't look down at notes when you're filming a video. Hashtag Simon Dan does this sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's like
Well,
you
Simon
have
and Dan,
cue
that's
cards.
why there's a little jump take between almost every Simon and Dan sentence.
Yeah.
Because he memorizes one line, he records it, and then he looks down and he reads his next line, memorizes it, looks up, records it, and then he splices all of those single takes
And
together.
that's fine. That's totally fine. But JM, quote, professional filmmaker, doesn't have cue cards, doesn't have a teleprompter, won't memorize shit. He has actual physical
he's
paper
unable
he's
to
looking
memorize
down
anything.
at. So not only is he not prepared, he doesn't even look professional because he can't be bothered to keep eye contact with his primary camera.
At least he's not outstanding in a field throwing his papers on the ground when he gets done with them.
Yeah.
Like he has done in other videos.
I have to say, though, that JM is outstanding in his field.
Oh, shit. I'm going to add another video to the list.
There is
At
one
this
too,
rate,
though,
we'll
guys.
never get through it.
Yeah, I know. But
This
I'm
looking
still
up
adding
and off to someone on camera. This is an advertising trick where it's like a response to an interview. You're answering the question, and again, it's that authoritarian. It emotes an authoritarian approach, and it looks good if you're a race driver or you're famous or you're actually good in your field. But in his case, he looks like he just fell out of a fucking dump master. But anyway,
Yeah, he does.
he survived the
He
dumpster
does.
fire.
Oh, God.
We're never going to get through this.
No, we're not.
No.
We're not.
Ask the question,
No,
what
we
is
haven't done.
science? Science is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiments and observation.
Wait. First of all, you should not be reading this off of notes in your lap. In your lap. If you were going to read notes, and even like the most amateur of actors, you'll hold it up to the side of your eye line so that you can maintain at least some semblance of eye contact with your either other party that you're acting with or the camera.
Yeah.
And also, his slide, science doesn't need a colon there. Science is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiments and observation, period. Also does not need another colon.
Period.
Studies such as
Colon.
colon. Here's the thing. He copy pasted that from some online dictionary and didn't bother to hit the enter key to make a line break, because that's why those colons are there, because each three of those three definitions are subsets.
Yeah.
He literally went to Merriam-Webster dictionary /science and copy pasted that.
Also,
that's it.
Again, he used the normal nomenclature version of science and not the actual scientific definition of science, which is completely
this
different.
is what flat earthers do. They think you can do science by looking in the dictionary and reading the definition of words.
Yeah.
And that's literally what he has done here, is looked in the dictionary and read the definition in the dictionary, not from an actual scientific source.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Oh, Zoomy, look in the green room. Vish put a picture of JM's flat ass head in there.
Wouldn't that be considered
that we should pop up on the stream?
Okay.
Yeah, we're never gonna get through this.
No, we're not. But we have a month.
We have an
and
entire
again,
month.
this is years ago. He's gone progressively more bald since then, and the angle that he's taking this at makes it look like it's not half of his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, listen, male pattern baldness, whatever, it's a thing. But
it
guy,
literally like rounds up to that specific point, and then it's just flat.
Yeah. You can even see where the light shifts.
Yeah. Anyway, let's continue this month.
Yeah.
Sorry. Also, we're not making this an ad hominem. He's not wrong because his head's flat. He's wrong because his methods are wrong and his understanding is incomplete, and he doesn't know how to do the scientific method.
and he
I
doesn't
reckon-
know how to do anything.
I
Yeah.
reckon he would have made a great little drink stand when he was a kid. You could have rested your beer on top of you, and then when you take your beer off, you always change the channel, son, and put it back on.
Maybe that's what happened. Maybe his dad just rested his beer bottle on his head one too many times while his skull was still soft, or put an
No, people
ashtray
like
on
it.
there so that he could ash a cigarette every now and then.
Oh my god, y'all. Now, okay, now we're being mean.
Yeah, we're just being mean now.
Okay.
Let's read that one more time.
No, let's not read that one more
Science
time.
is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiments
And doing
and
it again the
observation.
second time. God, JM, you could have
A
edited this.
particular area of science study, such as
No,
biology,
Dan
physics,
doesn't know how to
chemistry,
edit.
biochemistry, a particular branch of science, and that's from the Merriam-Webster.com.
The
A
Merriam-Webster.
true science is
The Merriam-Webster.com, not just Merriam-Webster. The Merriam-Webster.com.
JM, which fucking camera are you looking at?
Both at
All
the
of
same
them.
time.
All of them.
Oh
Look
my
at
god,
them
the way you
eyes. He's
froze
looking
that.
at both at the same time.
Look at his eyes. Look
Oh
at-
my god, JM. Also, he's got his pointing finger up, like he's about to just rant and preach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call that his preaching finger.
Pappy's got the point finger up. He means business.
Science is exactly what I want it to mean, and everything that doesn't fit my BS definition is not science. Also,
That's
he
the flat
obviously
earther mantra.
he took the doo-doo dreads off of his shoulders so they're no longer brushing the lapel mic, but he's also not helping himself because he's tilting his chin down and impacting the quality of his voice, but whatever.
Also, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm going to guess what he's going to say about science. He's going to suggest that the word natural in that means anything not involving technology, as in just nature, which that's not what natural means in science. Natural basically means anything that's not supernatural. That's it.
Yeah, so his
So-
laser test where he thought President Trump was going to call and congratulate him for
Oh
proving
my
the flat
God.
Earth
Yeah.
can't be an actual science experiment because lasers don't occur naturally
Yeah,
in
exactly.
nature.
Also, imagine being so shitty at lighting that it makes your eyeballs look two different colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
His right eye, it's so full of shit. Like, look at it. It's brown compared to his other eyeball.
Yeah.
Oh, JM. Just so everyone, if anyone has not actually seen this video yet, you need to go
No.
watch it because the comment section
Oh
is
my god.
fire.
I think he
Wait,
cut
he didn't
off-
turn them off?
Oh, he didn't turn them off.
No.
Oh my
Oh,
god, that's
God.
beautiful.
Charlie
gold
Welch
mine there.
there.
And I
Oh.
think there's a comment from Quitties in there somewhere.
Let's see. Where is Quitties? FTFE commented. Great.
Incredible.
Let's see. Where is
Like it's
Quitties' comment?
everyone from our community are
No,
the only
yours-
people commenting on it.
Yours didn't
Yep.
show up.
What? He deleted my comment.
Oh.
Hang on.
JM Truth. Oh my god, the
Hang
atheist
on.
hammer. The atheist hammer
Hang
says you
on.
didn't. JM Truth, you didn't spend 12 years in the military as anything. A simple search proves that. You haven't got a clue about photography. Seeing what you've produced shows anyone that. Everything you claim to have done is a complete lie. You have no idea about the scientific method. You, sir, are a fraud, a fake, someone who is insanely jealous of others that have made something of their lives and are too lazy to actually spend the time and do the long, hard work to achieve something. Instead, you fake your way and lie to people you meet in order to look good, because when you look into the mirror, you're disgusted at what reflects back. And before long, you'll be that strange old hobo with no friends or family sat on his porch, rocking in his chair, dribbling while kids throw stones at you. You're not a man. You're a
Oi.
joke who does nothing but scam, steal, and it's pathetic. It's funny how orbital flights are starting to become in the reach of the common man, and you're still trying to push flirt stuff. Why don't you save up some cash and take an orbital flight yourself and see with your own eyes? As in the next 5 years, a lot more people will see it with theirs.
Wow,
Hey, I take issue with that old man on a rocking chair with kids throwing stones at you. There's nothing wrong with that at all. They throw them at me. You know, they started it.
Okay, so I have proof that JM deleted my comment,
Oh,
and I'm uploading it to the green room right now.
Oh wow.
Processing.
I tell you what, that eye on the
Processing.
camera, that's
There it
really, really
is.
scaring me. I reckon it's like a glass eye almost. You know where people have a glass eye that's not quite lined up? That eye on
Oh,
JM
yeah,
Truth,
yeah.
it's touching me.
Yeah,
Ugh.
there's
Quitties.
yeah, there's Earthrice's comment right there. Learn filmmaking
We're
at the
about
School
to
for the
talk.
Deaf and Blind. So he
Oh, and
JM Truth.
Dapper Dinosaur in the side chat says, "How do we know that he doesn't have heterochromia?" Okay, I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't, but yeah, his lighting is that bad.
But I'm calling you the fuck out, JM Truth. You deleted my comment.
Wow.
Wow.
You're a piece of shit, JM Truth. You're
He
the
knows it.
toppest leftist of them all.
Yeah.
And that's why your only friend in this entire fucking world is Nathan Thompson.
Oh, God.
Ugh,
Who's quote unquote almost a neurosurgeon.
almost.
I still can't believe he fucking said that.
Incredible.
Like, what? Anyway.
Oh, Booma, in the side chat, Jinshu asks, "The kids helped up your batting average, huh?"
I'm responding right now. They're in cahoots. They're in cahoots with the bloody possum.
Let's get on with it so we can. We're only 2.5 minutes in and 37 minutes. 37.
If you've never watched me on a stream with the Uncalled For, I am the absolute queen of stalling for time when I don't want to watch stupid.
Yeah, well, I actually do want to watch Stupid,
Yeah, me
even
too.
though it's so hard to get through more than one sentence of JM's without calling bullshit.
And plus, we're going to have to.
I understand what's going on.
Plus, we have to clip something from this that's about
Okay, that's
10 minutes long to actually go for the video that we're going to choose to advertise the top left.
We may just have to make a standalone video.
I
instead of us
absolutely
just
agree.
rambling.
Yeah, we might have to. Well, we got a whole month to do that, so 2 weeks right now before the actual voting starts, and we got to submit our video to MC Toon. But yeah.
Well, I've actually done some prep for this, guys. I've got a full page here and I've called it "The Truths of JM Truth," and it's a blank page.
Ooh.
So anyway, I've done the homework, so it's already.
Why don't you
wow.
call it? Wait. Why don't you call it the JM Truth?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
well,
I love that.
I've already written it out.
Yeah,
I love that.
You're welcome. You can have that for free.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you your cut, whatever we make of it.
Okay.
We got
What's
15 cents.
50% of zero?
Don't give me those maths. Rachie, I need Rachie 50 for that one. She's
Yeah.
I mean, there are 4 of us here. We should each get 25% of 0.
Yeah.
Oh, that's been really tough.
Wait,
oh,
wait.
No.
We can't leave Arduin out. So what's 5 divided by 0?
5.
0.
JM, what is 5 divided by 0?
180 degrees.
10 to the 17 a negative or positive number?
It's 180 degrees.
I cannot. 5 divided by 0 is 5. Because in his brain, you're not dividing it at all. Because 0 is not even a number.
Well,
Behind the truth of JM.
No, the JM Truth.
I mean, that's what Jinshu just said in the chat. That was
I know, but I'm just like, no, guys, come on, it's right there. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there, JM Truth. The JM Truth. Yeah. Anyway.
Now, Right the Hand gives you a good one with the Dapper, the Dino 50% of 0. He says you've got a pile of sugar, and if you spread it apart, you've got 2 piles of sugar, but it was 1 pile. And me and Planner Walk actually worked out a beauty. If you have 1 and 1, that's 11, and you move those as separate, you have 1 and 1. If you subtract those from your 11, you have 9 left over. And if you keep doing that, you can keep accumulating the 9s, and that's how you explain the Big Bang. Me and Planner Walk worked that out on Monday. It's actually our new theory. So we've got a new one as to using 11s to make 9s to be a perpetual number. And it
And
works.
Sweet.
that
You map them
makes
out.
exactly as much sense as anything JM has ever said in his life.
That makes
Well,
more sense.
More actually.
That makes
more
more
sense.
sense.
How's
And that's a
work?
segue to play the video a little longer.
Is also determined by the subject being studied being able to be processed or evaluated through what we call the scientific method. All sciences
doesn't
know.
must
Oh my
have
God.
what we call an independent variable. What is an independent variable?
Oh my God,
An independent
damn.
variable is a part or a subject
Just pause
that
it
we
very,
can
very,
adjust.
very briefly. I will not ramble, but he left in those pauses and didn't edit them out when he's done
Yeah.
with the sentence, and it hangs on that particular angle, and then it switches to the next angle, and there's like 2 seconds of
seconds.
pause. Like, JM,
Yeah.
that's what editing's for.
Yeah, that's what jump cuts are for.
JM, to use your own words against you, that's called After Effects.
Ah,
Eh,
Within our
play.
experiment to be able to evaluate whether something is happening a certain way or not. That is an independent variable. So the bottom line is science must have an independent variable that must be able to be tested. It is also
What?
important that we provide empirical data. It doesn't matter what we believe or what we think. It only matters what we
well,
can
that's
prove.
ironic.
So what is empirical data collection? Empirical data is a way of gaining knowledge by means of direct or
Is he gonna
indirect
read this talk
observation.
as well,
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
And he's going to do it with his chin down, muffling his speaking voice.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I mean, his mouth is pointed towards the mic, so that's got to be better, right?
It-
I'm just trying to think like JM.
you're going to have to hit yourself in the head with a hammer a few more times.
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
more times. You have to face desk a
I
couple more
mean,
times.
I mean, I do have a bandsaw. I could like cut the top of my head off so it's flat.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
turn it into a soup bowl. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, don't do it. Hey, I just did the casual criminal as Vishanti. Don't. Oh, soup bowl.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
You
one of
saw
my
it.
favorites.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the guy who inspired Norman Bates. Yeah. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
remember his name, but
Ed
my
Gein.
God, when I was watching
Yeah.
it last night.
Butcher
Ooh,
of
okay, sorry.
Plainsview. Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
yeah,
anyway.
okay.
All right, keep going.
Or experience. Empiricism values such research more than other kinds. Empirical evidence, the record of one's direct observation and experiences,
It says
can
or,
be
JM.
analyzed. Empirical data should be able to be analyzed quantitatively and qualitatively. So right now I'm going to go through the list of
That
God, the
sniff,
lighting is so
That's-
bad.
and that sniff, you don't. Gotta put that out. But no, he kept the right in the film.
God, the lighting, it hurts. Also, let me just point this out. The focal length is centered on his dreadlocks with the beads on it, not his actual
Yeah.
face. And I know that seems like a minute little nitpicky thing, but dude, millimeters, they make a difference. When you've got that much of a close-up shot of yourself, that matters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, he didn't get that far in his filmmaking degree.
was
He must have been absent that day, just like he was absent when they taught what pan means.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, see, they only went up to 2 miles.
Oh, okay. He didn't realize you could move a camera more than 2 miles.
Yeah, he thought
Yeah.
2 was the upper limit.
all of the so-called sciences.
I
And
love
then
his-
in another
We're gonna
video,
unsee-
I'm going to go through science versus pseudoscience,
Also,
where I talk
this
about
particular angle, his focal length is catered specifically for the map on the wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Just
I
like
keep
with
just
his face.
staring at the fucking Gleason map on the wall.
Yeah.
'Cause
Which-
that's where the
Which,
focal
okay,
point
if
is.
you have a Gleason map on your wall, that's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
international sign of dumbassery right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
the
my God,
different
this is so
sciences
bad.
we just are going to discuss and what sciences are real sciences because they can be processed through the scientific method and what sciences are not sciences.
What?
So the first science we're going to look at is
That doesn't
And listen to did you hear that too? By the way,
What sciences are not sciences? Dude,
mind.
JM, that literally is not a coherent sentence in the English language. Like,
Yeah, those are
the only time you're going to
words.
divide up fields of scientific study are what are considered hard sciences, like mathematics, and the quote soft sciences, like psychology, because you can't physically and empirically test. Oh, okay. Well, humans think this way, therefore. You can only go off like
one
indirect
thing that I
observation.
like about his list of what he thinks isn't science, he actually gets one thing correct, and that's astrology.
Look, the thing with JM, what he's doing, this is straight out of the Right to Hand playbook, or as I like to call him, Rhonda's choke toy. Right to Hand does this exactly, insofar as he grabs a definition and says, here it is, and hammers that one word in the definition. So he plays on the whole ambiguity of the English language, which is, you got to admire their fucking the way they try, because they do almost think about it, although it's misguided. You got to give it a little.
It's such a dishonest way to argue. Yeah, but the dictionary definition says.
Yeah.
Actually, I think he got astrology and astronomy mixed up.
He did.
No, he puts
did.
both of them in his list of things that aren't actual science.
Oh yeah.
Astronomy
Look,
and
JM,
astrology.
If he actually has astrology listed and meant astrology and not astronomy, I'm gonna roast him because he's supposedly some big, like, ancient Jewish law compliant person,
Yeah.
and astrology is forbidden. So have fun with that, JM.
No, he lists them both. Let's go. Let's see his list.
Physics. Physics is the science that deals with the composition and properties of substances and various
You're not
elementary
even
forms of
reading the
matter.
definition on the screen.
It also
dude.
deals with their
Damn.
chemical properties, reactions, phenomenon, etc. The next science we're going to look at is biochemistry. The branch of science concerned with the chemical and physiology processes that occur with living organisms.
Physiology? He just said physiology, not physiochem.
You guys, and here's another thing. This is a very common error. I get it. English is a weird language, but this is actually Latin. It's not etc. It's et cetera.
Yeah, I hate people that abbreviate it ECT instead of.
But they say it etc. And I'm like, no.
Et.
The word is et.
Yeah, et.
Etc.
Because it's Latin.
Dapper Dinosaur, maybe he's a modified Jew. No, he's cosplaying a Jew, but he's not one.
Yeah, he definitely cosplays a Jew.
Yeah, he cosplays a
Not
Jew.
in this video, but his whole, like, I follow the Torah, that whole thing.
Yeah.
He believes in Jesus, so he's a Christian, but yeah, he's like, I follow the Torah. No, you don't. If you're not literally walking into the woods outside of your town to take a dump every day and you bring your spade with you so you can cover it when you poop in the ground, you're not following it.
Okay.
Biochemical processes. Abnormal brain biochemistry, for example. The next on our list is biology. Biology is the science of life or living matter in all of its forms and phenomenon, especially with reference to origin, growth, reproduction, structure, and or behavior. The next science we're going to look at is paleontology.
Taking him away? Like what?
The science of the forms of life existing in former.
What?
He thinks that you're science.
Yeah.
Geologic periods, as represented by their fossils. The next science we look at is anthropology. Anthropology is the science that deals with the origins, physical and cultural development, biological characteristics, and social customs and behaviors of humankind. The study of human beings' similarity to and divergence from other animals.
Like this.
The science of humans and their works.
Okay, no, for real, pause though. There's an unnecessary line break between biological and characteristics. That's not necessary.
Yeah,
you should have adjusted the text size and justified it to where you could either get biological and then at the end of the line, characteristics after the page break or line break.
I bet there was a line break in the actual text and he literally just copy pasted it.
Yeah, he did. He copy pasted it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jay.
Guys, I love the pronunciation up the top there. Anthropology. That is just so Australian down the pub. I love the anthropology, mate. Beautiful.
So wait, Booma, this is something I can ask you because you're an authority on such. Would JM Truth qualify as a drongo?
Oh, fuck yeah, of course. Yeah, he'd
Okay.
even be a dipshit. I'd take it one step further and call him a dipshit. That outranks a drongo. Yeah, drongo's from the 70s. And he probably is from the 70s. So, yeah, yep, that'd be it. If he's the 80s, he's a dipshit. So, yes,
I wish
do
we
have
had-
an official.
I wish we had someone from Germany on this stream.
Where's Ugly German Truth? Is he over on the other
Yeah,
channel?
Ugly German Truths or Geostrieber or
Microraptor.
any of them, because I'm sure that there is a pretty fucking awesome German word for what JM is.
Mm,
Because Germans literally have a crazy ass word for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they only
My
have like
personal
5
favorite at the
basic types of
moment-
animals. So
Oh yeah. My personal favorite at the moment is their word for ambulance, because in most languages it sounds like ambulance, and then you get to Germany and it's Krankenwagen.
Well, we had a beauty
Fucking
on
fucking-
actually on Wednesday when we were doing Have I Got a Clue for You? That's the name of our little guest the product show. It's called Have I Got a Clue for You? Da, 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 da. And anyway, Shishi pointed it up because Ireland had a German Amazon thing, and your shopping trolley, what we call a good old shopping trolley, they call it a wiggle wagon, and we love it. May your wiggle wagon be full.
Yes, it was a
okay,
wiggle
but
wagon.
also, did you know? Do you know what the German word for turtle is?
No.
Oh, go on.
Schildkröte. It literally means,
Oh,
yeah, shield frog.
you know my favorite. My favorite.
Like I
is
said, the
absolute-
Germans are the
absolute-
greatest at
Yep.
describing things.
Back
with their
pipe.
words.
Yeah, I mean,
Piping
that's
guy.
exactly what it sounds like.
One of my absolute favourites that used to get around the schoolyard was crop duster. Flickenwagen or puffen to put Uda or something like that. It was literally.
I put a
puffen
word.
to
I
Uda.
put a word in the chat that's perfectly describes JM Truth in German.
Let's see. The Sun Express says in Dutch, JM is in ongelooflijke kwal.
That just looks like you slapped your hand on a keyboard. The Sun Express.
Well, the Sun Express.
Pfeifengezicht.
The Sun
Pfeifengezicht.
Express. The Sun Express has a pet peeve about people who pronounce it asphalt with a definite ash in it.
Oh,
Let's say
yeah.
you shouldn't be a bitumen, should you?
Krankenhaus.
Krankenhaus. The one I posted literally means someone with a punchable face.
Ah.
Oh yeah,
Pfeifengezicht.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
And the
okay. We
shoot
can sit here
Yeah.
and talk about German words all night, but this
Yeah.
is JM
And
Truth,
see, and it's
so-
even close in Dutch too. Turtle is Schildpad, so shield toad.
yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway,
Okay.
JM Truth.
The next science is an interesting one. It's theoretical physics, non-experimental. Now,
He
for
gets
those of
so
you
triggered.
that know
Yes,
science, that should alarm you, because all sciences must be able to go through the scientific process.
Quantum
That just
mechanics.
happened.
Quantum
That
mechanics
just
is a
broken.
science. Quantum mechanics
happened.
is a science, and it's not. Quantum mechanics you can't test, you can't. But yet it's considered a field
No,
of
no,
science.
no. I cannot get past this because the website that he was copy pasting this from didn't have a definition. He thinks
theoretical
that means
physicists.
that it's not a real science. He says
Yeah.
this should concern you. Like, no, JM, it's a field of study.
Yeah, exactly.
But
just
that
like I was saying.
website didn't have a special one sentence definition that you could copy paste.
And he
Yeah.
he couldn't be bothered to, look up other websites to
Or
find
Google
a
it.
decent definition.
Google. It's called Google. You Google it, and it'll probably show you a scientific definition of it.
Okay, it's a softer version of the Dutch.
Just like my Flurf buddy from earlier that I told he needed to Google something.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree with Dapper Dinosaur on this one. Flashback for the win.
Yeah,
Agreed.
Yeah, agreed.
Hi, Charlie Welch. How's it going? All right,
Hey,
let's go
Charlie
back to the video.
You got some background for us, guys? What's
Which
Washbar
is
mean? I'm not up
Oh,
on my German.
Vashbear?
Yeah.
It's a raccoon. That's what they call them in German, because when they take their little
Trash
people paws
panda.
and they like dunk their food in water to like clean it off before they eat it. So they
Yeah.
named it a wash bear.
Washberry, yeah.
Ooh! I
Very
got a
good.
new reply from my Flurf buddy.
That's in the wiggle
Yay!
wagon.
Oh, good. What did your
All
Flurf
right.
buddy say?
Okay, so I replied to him, shut my mouth. I literally replied to you, do you really not understand anything? And he replied to me, you said level and horizontal were simple concepts. You are a brainwashed moron that is scared to answer a simple question about your simple comment. Are you seeing the problem yet? Why are you being a bitch when asked a simple question?
Oh, okay.
Well, we agree. Quicky's in the
I
bit.
have
Please.
this Flurf triggered as hell right
Quitties,
now.
after the stream, I'll show you something.
Okay.
Just remind me.
All right.
Okay.
Just remind me.
Is that in the wiggle wagon or what?
No.
This Flurf's going to need a wiggle wagon by the end of this.
The scientific method. Moving on. The next science is archaeology. The scientific study of historic or prehistoric peoples and their cultures by analysis of their artifacts,
Anal analysis.
JM.
inscriptions, monuments, and other such remains, especially those that have been excavated.
Okay,
Rare
JM.
He can barely read.
JM, baby, look.
Messages be
If you're gonna sit there and read stuff directly off a clipboard with physical paper that's rustling that you didn't bother to calibrate your mics for, or if you're gonna read it off a teleprompter or cue cards, what you need to have done is read them before you start recording. Because when you try
actually
to
know
read
what
them
the
off
words
the cuff
are.
like this, you get confused and you stumble all over your words. Also, if you're the type of person that struggles with reading aloud, that's fine. Ask someone else to narrate your notes.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm trying to help you out here. Gosh darn it.
Well, let's continue this.
ancient history, the study of antiquity. The next interesting science is evolutionary biology. The branch of biology that deals with the processes of change in populations of organisms, especially
Damn.
taxonomy,
Yeah.
paleontology, ethology, population, genetics, and ecology. The next one is probably my favorite science to pick on, astrophysics.
Oh my god, here we go.
The branch of astronomy that deals with the physical properties of celestial bodies and with the interaction between matter and radiation in the interior of celestial bodies and in interstellar space.
But
The
he
next
doesn't think
science
shit can
is
exist in space.
astrology, the study that assumes and attempts to interpret the influence of the heavenly
So he
bodies
actually gets
on
this
human
right.
affairs.
This is not a real science.
Yeah, that's not a real science. Yeah, astrology is not
That's
a real science.
literally the only thing he got
okay.
right in this entire
Only in a
fucking 10 and a half
very
minute video.
only in a very common parlance would astrology be considered a science, in the sense that it is a skill that requires a lot of study and discipline. Again, I'm not saying that the information that they quote learn is valid. It's a bunch of horse shit. I'm just saying only on a very slight technicality.
Kind of like homeopathy, because they
Yeah,
kind
I
of
know
have
how
to
to
know
dilute stuff
like
80,000
what
times.
plants cause what symptoms, so that
Yeah.
they can then dilute it down to where there's nothing left.
But yeah, diluting stuff is a science if you're bored.
Yeah.
Remember that a science must be able to go through the scientific method. The last science we're going to talk about.
But wait, doesn't he believe in
no,
astrology?
damn.
Doesn't he believe in astrology?
I don't know. But also, does he not understand that when you the fields themselves are not subject to the scientific method? their findings are subject to peer review scrutiny, and their evidence is subject to the scientific method. Their analysis, the way that they've tested it. You can't put the entire field of biology under the scientific method because it's a field. It's not a tangible thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Brain hurts.
In this video is cosmology, the branch of philosophy dealing with the origin and general structure of the universe, with its parts, elements, and laws, and especially with such of its characteristics as space, time, causality, and freedom. The branch of astronomy that deals with the general structure and evolution of the universe.
And see, there it is again.
Okay,
of
let's
the
recap.
Universe. That could have been one line, JM. How are you so bad at this?
Yeah. Because
It
all he
literally
knows
could
how
have
to do
all
is
gone on
copy
one
paste.
line.
He's reading this like, you guys remember in, say, middle school when you had the kid that wasn't quite up to the class standard at reading, but the teacher would still call on them to read a paragraph from something, and everyone just sat there like saying the words under their breath, just trying to get through it and not cringe to death. That's literally how I'm sitting here reading this while he's reading it.
Again, it is completely fine if reading aloud isn't your forte. But if you're a filmmaker, you outsource things so you don't have to do the stuff you're not good at.
But Nathan Thompson wasn't available, and that's literally the only friend he has in this world.
No,
So
I think he has
had
one
to
more
do it
friend.
himself.
Didn't you watch the romantic origin story of negative exponents in him?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I was thinking of Captain Mullet, the guy that JM says is an F-16 pilot.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
That has
what
a
I
mullet.
find when JM starts, I actually find my mind wandering off into thinking, how did the holy hand grenade of Antioch end up in England when they debate coconuts all the time? This hand grenade's way more of a dilemma for me. And then JM Truth. It's funny, he makes your brain go to another fucking place. It's sort of weird. It migrates. Your brain migrates when you listen to JM.
But wait, how did a coconut end up in England anyway? I mean, there's no...
No, swallows. We know that. That's proven. Swallows can carry
swallows,
coconuts.
yeah.
The hand grenade.
Wait.
Hand grenade got from Antioch in Turkey. That's the big problem. How does that get over there?
So two swallows holding it on a branch?
They were tied together.
Oh, okay.
We don't condone.
All I could think of was Mallory attacking us all.
I gave Mallory a link, but she hasn't shown up yet. So.
Guys, guess what?
We're
8.5 minutes into this video, and we've only been on for an hour.
Yes, I know.
Quitties, you know why?
Because it's JM.
No, because chicken thigh.
Chicken thigh.
We'll learn in German too.
Guess what? Chicken butt.
Yeah, that's right. That you go, guess what? Chicken butt.
Yeah.
Guess why? Chicken thigh.
Chicken nuggy.
Chicken nuggets.
Anyway.
Guess what? Chicken
Science
nuggy.
is the knowledge and study of the natural world based on facts learned through experiment and observation. A particular area of science studies such as biology, physics, and chemistry.
Its shape is a fact. It's round.
Yeah.
So let's
Your head
recap
shape is
one
back
last
too.
time.
It's flat.
Science is the knowledge and the study of the natural world based on facts,
Dan, you don't have to read it
not
again.
philosophies.
JM.
Facts,
No.
not
honey.
assumptions. Facts, not interpretations.
This is the fourth time he's read that definition in this video.
No, it's literally interpretations because that's how you get through science is you interpret the information.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just funny to me that he says facts, not assumptions, in all of this when he believes in a young Earth creation. And he's complaining about facts and not assumptions, even though we have multiple live videos from space, multiple photos of the Earth from space, and he says, oh, it's fake. That's ironic. That's a fact, JM.
Yeah, it's the fact that the Earth is a globe. It's the fact that the Earth is more than 6,000 fucking years old.
And no, Dapper, he did not denoise his audio. Are you kidding me?
He didn't do anything to his audio except
Oh.
turn his input up to 100 for this.
I mean, in the earlier part of the video, Dapper, his dreadlocks were brushing his lapel mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had them hanging on the other side and they were just brushing against it.
And you would hear it.
Ugh.
You would hear it. Anyway.
All right.
But facts learned through what?
I thought it was about to say
Experiment
butt fucks.
and observation. Folks, that is going to be hugely important as we move forward in these science classes, that we understand that. Because there's a lot of sciences that they've told you is a science that is not a science. Okay? Believe me when I tell you that is going to be.
Who is they? Exactly. Who is they? Who are they?
It's they. We are they.
We are
Because we are them.
And he thought that he was going to quote unquote teach people science. Right. Yeah.
I mean, he did this on his other channel. He had this Science 100 series, and there are several videos. I think I actually put another one of them on the list.
Yeah.
But then he stopped doing it. Then he started this channel, and he did this video, and he's talking about, we're going to have this series of videos. And it's been a year, and this is the only one.
Yeah, it's been a year.
I wonder how many more comments he hid
I know, right?
under this video. Because I know he hid one. We just saw it.
Yeah.
Key to moving on in these science videos. So that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and share it on the internet with your friends and family.
Yeah, he just goes on to share the video, subscribe, blah 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 blah. Fuck up, JM.
We are definitely sharing this video on the internet with our friends and family right the
Yes.
fuck now, JM.
Yes, we are.
Let's
Where
chipmunk
else
the
would we
future
share
videos,
it?
guys. If we should have chipmunked him, but let's chipmunk the next ones because we can always get what they're saying anyway.
Well, here's
Yeah.
I don't think I can chipmunk this one because this is a recorded video. This screen cap. Well, screen cap I got. Let's see here. Yeah, this one's only
All right.
6 minutes long, so yeah, this one's fun.
Yeah,
So when you
6 minutes
talk
like
about
in
doctors
Super Bowl,
and
6
pharma-
minutes is actually 90 minutes of watching. 6 minutes of
Yeah.
game time.
Yeah.
How do you guys watch that game? Wow, okay. I suppose that's why you drink beer.
101. So when you talk about doctors like pharma, they're getting paid for that. They're on you. Like I said, I became plant-based 6 years ago. I haven't been sick since. Now, I don't know, as far as testimonies go, that's pretty strong, bro.
No, he's saying that basically, I'll go with lead it up to this. That he went completely plant-based 6 years ago, and he's never been sick. Yet he's diabetic. Let that sink in.
Well, what's the point, though? Because, I mean, you can be, yeah, he's implying he hasn't been ill as in the flu or anything like that.
No, he's implying that he's in perfect peak physical condition,
Oh, okay.
but he's diabetic, which would imply that he because diabetes is a disease. Anyway,
Well, it's
No,
not
it's
one
called-
you catch.
well, no, but
Yeah, that's technically a bit of a tricky one because it's a non-productive insulin, so it's really a bodily dysfunction, I guess. It depends. I'm not a doctor on that, but I wouldn't really call it a disease per
well,
se.
it's classified as a disease.
Okay.
Anecdote, that's shit too.
Not an anecdote. When biochemistry proves that topic.
No, it's proven that topic false because people
No, it
were
has,
people
need to
only
do
ate
your research
natural
there.
things for
You
millions of
need-
years. So
No,
most of
that is
history,
not-
people only
that
ate
is not-
natural things. and they all got
That is-
sick and died.
That is not true. You need to go back and look up history.
Literally,
Because-
we couldn't artificially produce things prior to 600 years ago. So they had to eat only
People-
natural things.
Do
They
you
couldn't
realize that they
artificially
dug
produce
up the
anything.
Roman? Would you agree that the gladiators were some of the greatest warriors on earth? Would you agree with that?
At their
No.
time period.
At the
Okay.
time
No.
period.
Do you know that they've dug them up?
Gladiators were entertainers.
and listen-
Soldiers were like the models of fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah, gladiators literally were like worldwide wrestling or whatever it is, World Wrestling
Yeah.
Federation of their
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
They were Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant and Macho Man
If-
Randy Savage.
If Macho Man literally snaps someone's neck at the end of a match, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
It was-
you know, instead of snapping into a Slim Jim, he snapped into a slim guy named Jim.
It wasn't a leg up though. It was a leg up into rock stardom. Like if you were good and you could get out of the slums if you were a good gladiator and you could keep the crowds entertained. So yeah, Romans were pretty cool dudes actually. But no,
Yeah.
not the greatest warriors
Yeah.
ever. We can't really gauge that, can we? There's no way of balancing
Let's say-
that or
And they
comparing.
didn't really kill each other at the end of their matches unless they were pretty much mortally wounded, because it costs so much money to train a gladiator, house them, feed them, and everything. Like, why are they going to want to lose their guy that makes them their income every fucking match?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the skeletons of gladiators, of known gladiators, are found to have been performed on. They've checked the skeletons,
Yeah.
and they weren't just done by any old medical. They were performed, worked on by the top medicos of the time
Yeah,
too. So
they
were
had the best
an asset.
medical treatment 2,000
Yeah.
years ago that
correct.
that
They
they
were an
had.
asset. Mm.
Because they would show, well, they found that there were like fractures, like several fractures that would heal up and blah blah, all
Yeah,
over
yeah,
their
they were worked
bodies.
on properly. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. They weren't the average peasant, as we
Yeah.
were to
Okay,
believe by
so-
Hollywood.
So I was taking a Riley when he said it, but I did want to point this out. I don't know if you guys already did, but he said, I haven't been sick in 6 years. But then a few minutes later in this debate, he says, I have diabetes. So which the fuck is it, JM?
Yeah, I just pointed that out. Yeah.
Well, we did.
Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
did.
Yeah. All right. Keep going.
Their bones and analyze their bones. They didn't eat meat. They were plant-based. Do you realize the strongest man in the world
Also-
in
Bullshit, JM.
No,
They
weren't
ate a lot of
plant-based.
meat.
Yeah, they ate a lot of protein.
Gladiators were fed better than the general public in ancient Rome.
Yeah.
They dug up a gladiator camp in England just like 10 years ago, I think it was, and they found a shit ton of like fish bones and pig bones and cow bones and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
They ate meat, JM.
Yeah.
It's not hard to Google these things,
Yeah,
JM.
It's not hard at all.
And you know what is even funnier to me is that he knows that meat was like a huge part of their diet because in his own Bible, it talks about meat markets.
Yeah.
Meat markets in the ancient world. So, guy, what are you?
Well, look, in their defense, a lot of the information, like, although as dinosaur information has evolved over the last 40 years, because that's in itself, we've learned a lot more. Same with Roman history. When they found Herculaneum, which was north of Pompeii, that was actually preserved much better. And we found out a shit ton more about Roman living because basically we dump on our history through living in the place. But Herculaneum revealed loads about the Roman Empire, and it's actually really fantastic worth restudying because most of the old information's dated now. So Herculaneum, for those who want to Google it, it's a great read. Simon's covered it a few times, Simon Whistler.
Yeah. Let's finish this.
history
Continue.
was a plant-based eater.
Wrong.
Never
That's
ate meat.
definitely wrong. I can prove that's
It's
wrong.
not- no, go look up in fact, he's a modern day weightlifter. Go look up Game Changers. He's in there, by the way, bro.
Bro.
So when you,
Bro.
I love
The strongest,
these guys
the
who
men's
like to talk
strongest,
these
the
debates,
world's
but they're
men's
wrong
strongest.
because I said so.
Whoa,
As a person living-
stop. Everything you just said is bullshit. So the world's strongest men eat like whey protein and mashed protein.
Thank you,
games.
T. John.
There's
No.
not. They
Yeah.
don't just eat.
No, that is not true, bro.
But
Go
that's
look
irrelevant.
up-
So again, even
They
if
interviewed
even
him
if the
on-
nonsense you just said it was true, that's totally irrelevant. People eating healthily does not
prove me
stop
wrong,
disease.
Tom, prove me wrong, bro.
I
If
just
I'm wrong-
did. World's
No,
strongest man.
he's
Whey
still
protein.
saying-
Here you go.
No.
You could like look at his diet. He's like, here's the whey protein
Bro,
we
the
eat.
world's strongest man is. I have to go look up his name.
Oh my
I don't have
god.
the name in
He
front of me.
doesn't
But
even have
he's
the.
not a weight eater, dude. He was a plant-based eater. They had him on the game.
He
the
doesn't know who he
documentary
is,
Game
but he
Changer.
knows what the fuck he
Okay, and that
ate.
still doesn't
Yeah.
help you. So many of the people who are just about equally as
doesn't
strong as
help.
them
It
do.
proves-
So
it-
that doesn't do anything.
it
This does nothing to help your
proves-
case. People eat. Yes, some people are vegetarians. That is true.
Okay.
Vegetarians also
if you
get
go
sick.
look up
Hold on, let's one at a
Okay,
time. Go ahead, James.
vegetarians.
Yeah, JM's claim in this is that vegetarians never get sick because they eat a
Nope,
plant-based
wrong.
diet.
Okay, real quick, I want to point something out in chat while it's on my mind. PJCnet, you said there's still a lot of Roman relics in the UK and many roads are based upon the original straight Roman roads. Yes. And one really cool thing that I learned like maybe a year ago is if you look at the Roman map of Europe, where their roads ran throughout Europe, every major crossroad where there was a Roman road is now a large European city, like Paris and Berlin and Prague, and all the major European cities started out as Roman crossroads, and I think that's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know what? That's a lot of demons.
Okay, and Tony Regime, bless his little heart, has corrected me. It's Herculaneum. Thank you very much, Tony Ray. Tony,
Herculaneum.
I haven't seen the doco throw up. Herculaneum, yes. Thank you. I love it when I get corrected. You guys are on me
Yeah.
all the
Okay.
time. Love it.
Okay, let's continue.
Yes, but I'm not a vegetarian.
Okay, vegans also get sick.
I'm not a vegan.
Okay, whatever
I'm a
you are
plant-
also get sick.
No, I
You're a
just told you
dumbass.
that,
That's what you
smart
are,
guy.
JM.
Okay, earlier he said that he switched to a vegetable-only diet. Yet he's
He
not
said plant-based.
plant-based diet. Sorry, yep, you're right, plant-based diet. That's the literal.
And now he's saying he's not a vegetarian.
That's the literal.
And he's not a
definition-
vegan.
That's the literal definition of a vegan. A plant-based diet. It's literally a definition of a vegan. Ugh.
Well, that wasn't in his, copy-paste dictionary online, so...
That I have not been.
So
Actually,
much like all the
years
other
now.
That's
things,
called
he
an
can just
anecdote.
pull it
I
out of
don't
his
care if
ass.
it's harshly
Anecdote.
offensive.
Yeah.
That's literally what
Well-
anecdote means. Google the word anecdote.
Bro,
Bro,
I have my blood tests, which if I showed them to you, would show you the alkalinity of my body.
I don't care about
probably
you.
twice-
You are an anecdote. Anything that involves I is an anecdote.
Hold on, it's okay if you want to give him a rebuttal once he finishes, but let's just let him finish really quick.
also.
Oh
he's
my God, James is moderated. Hey, Jay, put that
I
down as a
know.
beauty. James moderated. Oh,
Yeah,
what a well-read
This is back when he actually moderated. He actually did a good job moderating.
Oh,
I
thank
still
God.
think this is an outlier and should not be counted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely this is definitely one of the few times that he actually did moderate.
But no,
I can count on one hand the times I've seen him do that.
No, JM was basically saying that people with alkaline blood are healthier. Basically, that
People with alkaline blood are fucking dying.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he doesn't point out that a
That's
lot of
not how
vegans
blood
do
works.
need a lot of vegans do need to make up in the supplements because the omnivorous diet does this pretty much. You can sort of eat anything, I guess. But one thing I did see, he hasn't looked into this. I think it's the people in either Corsica or Sardinia, which is the European Mediterranean islands off Italy. Apparently, their average is much higher than the others, and they've got much higher things because of
Yeah,
the
people there
abundance of
live
olive
over
oil.
100
Yeah,
regularly.
abundance of olive oil, seafood-based diet, and minimal meat. Apparently, meat you're supposed to eat a steak the size of the palm of your hand. Oh my God, that's half of what I eat in the way of meat. So our diet isn't balanced. We do lean too much towards meat, but I've gone
Yeah.
more towards carbs and whatever lately. So, but Mediterranean seafood, stretching meat, bolognese, that's always a good way to do it. Lots of tomatoes, that sort of stuff. Tomatoes,
And
whatever
wine.
you call them.
well, if
And
you-
wine.
Lots
Of
of-
course, there's always
Yeah,
wine.
lots
yes.
of
Well,
wine.
if you look at the Japanese diet, there's a lot of soy-based products in their diet, as well as it's a lot of fish and a lot of vegetables. They rarely eat like steak or chicken or any the normal meats that we eat over here in fucking America. And
Well,
so
until we give them KFC, they go nuts for KFC.
yeah,
they
yeah,
kinda
they do. They kind
And
of
I
do.
get it
And
because KFC is delicious.
yeah,
Yes,
and
KFC is fucking
unfortunately, they
delicious.
do have a higher than whatever heavy metals content because of the seafood-based
Yeah.
diet and heavy metal something.
Yeah.
And the whale
yeah,
and dolphin doesn't exactly do them any favors, but that's
Yeah.
a different story.
Boom, I know exactly what you're talking about because I saw a
Mercury.
documentary on it as
Mercury,
well, where these people, they just eat like the really really good Mediterranean food with little red meat,
Yeah.
and the documentary filmmakers were astonished at these people that were like 90 years old and still physically fit.
Yeah.
I
And
think also
It's so funny though, because on the mainland they have like higher instances of heart disease because they have more meat, like red meat in their diet than the Corsicans do.
I think
but
also
this is not.
what I was talking about.
Sorry, go ahead.
What I was thinking about with Asians, though, I think also what happens with them is they get a lot of exercise because at work they start off the day exercising, they take a break, they
Yeah,
exercise during their
yeah.
break.
And they
They
don't
go-
just sit on their asses all day like Americans do.
Yeah, exactly.
They do if they're in the tech sector.
Oh god,
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
in the tech
but-
sector, yeah.
But I do want to point out that this is not to say that red meat is inherently bad.
No.
Nothing other than poison, of course, is bad as long as you have it in moderation.
Pork
I
is
mean,
actually bad for you.
Pasta and things like that can be bad for you because of the high amount of carbohydrates and
Yeah.
sugars in them. They can be bad for you if you sit there and eat a whole huge fucking bowl of pasta salad.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't judge me.
Yeah,
Don't judge me either. That was my dinner like 3 days ago.
What I do find intriguing, though, we have a lot of quadrangle type food courts here in Australia. I guess you guys have got the same. And you can see like genuine Thai, beautiful sushi, wonderful stuff that's Nonya based and all of it. And yet and gourmet pizza as well. And yet KFC and McFucking Donald's, the counter is 3 people deep. It's the fast food that shit people queue up for. And like, I just walk
Yeah,
up
and
and get a
There's
wonderful.
also a reason for that, Booma, is that over the last few decades, as food science progresses, companies have hired out food science and I guess the equivalent of consulting firms to balance the spices and ingredients and preservatives in their food to make you chemically crave it. Because
Yeah.
fat, salt, and sugar are like the 3 things that your brain's like, yes, give me more of this. So
Yeah.
when you're like, oh my God, I am craving some McDonald's fries right now, there's a chemical reason for that.
Yeah.
Yes, I do feel me sick, but I must say a Subway is always a good option too. I love that, but don't tell me it's terrible, please don't. But Subway seems to be about the best of the fast foods right now.
I
Would you
love
guys
eating
agree?
at Subway.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. Okay.
Anyway.
Go ahead, Jam.
Okay. The point that I'm making here is biochemistry, basic biochemistry, 101. No virus, sickness, illness, disease, nothing survives in an alkaline environment. That is basic chemistry, basic
Including
biochemistry.
humans.
The
You
fact
know
that
what
don't
else
know that
doesn't
means you probably
survive in
shouldn't be sitting-
some random substance? Everything in hydrochloric acid. So what you should do is turn your blood into hydrochloric acid.
Yeah, there you go. That'll cure all that cures all diseases. It also cures you of your life, but
Now,
Yeah.
Vish,
Well,
I
having
hope you didn't
diseases.
use hydrochlorics. It should have been sulfuric acid. Not that I'm a known murderer and know how to dispose of bodies, but the common misconception amongst us serial killers is hydrochloric acid. Now, Vish,
You know what? You're right. You're right. I misspoke.
Yes.
Hydrochloric.
Oh, damn.
Correct.
Simon will not be impressed. Have you
Sulfuric.
seen the 75 list for criminal? Okay.
Okay, so
Also
now that
the-
we've definitely absolved Booma of any possible, incidents, were you with those guys back in the late 90s that dissolved people in the barrels?
Oh, you mean Snowtown? Yes,
Yeah.
the city of Snowtown. You
You
guys had your
definitely
own.
didn't have
you-
anything to do with that.
No, of course not, because I wouldn't know that it was called Snowtown and it was a Centrelink fraud. It was getting money off the government. In fact, the demoness in the US was doing the same one. She had the same gig happening where she was using people who had no connections and they were mysteriously dying, and she continued to collect their welfare benefits. It's a known trap. Not that I would ever have done that myself, because there is no body, no crime. Corpus indicta. That's a bad one
damn
to
it.
not know the real meaning of.
And damn it, Miss Shanti, why'd you have to even say that? Now I have a craving for burgers.
Okay,
I regret nothing.
I want to point something out. I want to call bullshit on JM for something he just said, that
Oh, really?
nothing can live in an alkaline environment. Well, guess what the fuck I just Googled, JM? I just Googled these words. Things that live in an alkaline environment. People also ask, which organisms live in highly alkaline areas? Many different aerobic alkaphilic microorganisms, including Bacillus, Micrococcus, Pseudomonas, Borrelia, Halomonas, Alkalibacillus, and your something coats, such as yeast and fungi, have been isolated from different
Eukaryotes?
alkalis.
Eukaryotes?
Eukaryotes, yeah, sorry. I don't know why my brain just had a fart there. Have been isolated from different alkaline habitats like soda lakes in Africa, and it keeps going with all sorts of other bacteria and viruses that can live in alkaline environments.
My God.
Yeah.
JM,
Plenty
I
of
literally just Googled things that live in an alkaline environment and proved you wrong.
Yeah. Again, this is why he belongs in the top left.
You know, with JM Trooth with those glasses right now, I wonder if he thinks, why do I always lose at poker? Hey, JM, it's those glasses. That's it, mate.
Here, opposite me right now. Because your basic scientist knows this. You could go to any chemical pharmaceutical company and ask them this question.
Oh my
and
fucking God,
your lead
JM.
chemist should be able to tell you this.
I would pay cash
Basic biochemistry.
money to see JM walk into BioNTech or Moderna's like laboratory and go, "Ha! Nothing survives in an alkaline environment. Prove me wrong."
And everyone in the building just points and laughs at him.
Yeah. It's out of nowhere,
Tom,
a muffled boo and tomatoes start flying.
I'm really surprised that Tom didn't just Google this.
Yeah, I'm really surprised too.
But if I was sitting in that puffy of a chair, I wouldn't be bothered to Google anything either.
Yeah, that is a puffy chair. I want that chair. Damn it.
And the overhead boom mic, dude, we got a consummate professional here. I love the overhead boom. Oh,
you know that's a recliner and his feet are up right now.
You know what's funny about that is, even though he's got his mic suspended above him, his lighting and framing is 3 times better than JM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my lighting and framing is better than JM's, and I'm not even on
And
camera.
he didn't have to go to a scam college for 4 years to learn that.
Also, I would like to mention what Dapper Dino said in the chat. All that stuff about alkaline organisms is just lies from Big PH.
Yes. Yes.
I love that.
You guys, we have to put out a video about that. We have to have a thing about Big PH.
What
really
Big
love right
PH
now.
doesn't want you to know.
That's right.
I love the angle of T-Jump right now, looking across at JM. It's perfectly lined up. He's got that what's coming next smirk on his face.
Like, God, you're full of shit.
Dude, no. Right now, the look on T-Jump's face is, oh my God, why am I doing this to myself? I hate every single one of my life choices that brought me to this point. I'm going to go drink acid.
And the Sun Express does bring up something good. Gut flora. JM, if your body is alkaline, then all of the bacteria, that there are actually more bacteria in your body than human cells in your body.
Yeah.
All of them are dead, and your body is not going to function without them.
Like, it's not
Jesus
even
Christ,
advanced.
JM.
The fact that we are not taught this in this country, and the fact that Big Pharma actually has has now control.
I think
of
I
our
know why we're
environment.
Oh
not
my God,
taught
I
this
just
in
had
this
an idea.
country,
What you call,
Jam.
what you call
Okay, why don't we make a parody JM Truth, like Science 101 type video? And we're going to make up a big point, like, this is what Big PH doesn't want you to know about alkaline environments. And then we say some bullshit and we go, and then we turn to the camera and go, and that's the JM Truth.
And then we all put on sunglasses.
I'm writing it down. I'm writing that down. That's done, Vish. We're going to do that.
Okay, yeah. We need to put that in the office right now and start working on it.
Yes. Yep. I've got the mouse firing up the hamster wheel as we speak for that one. That's nice,
All
Vish, I like
right.
that.
Wait. Okay, PJ CNET said, just sell open an alkaline battery to solve the white crystal powder that comes out and inject it. Doing it. Never be ill ever again. I'm joking.
Yeah, it'll cancel your life subscription.
Do not let JM read that.
No, don't let JM read that. You might try
Especially
it.
without the I'm joking part, because JM will think, ooh, that'll make me more alkaline.
Yeah.
Yep. I think PJC, that's kind of revealing himself as the red Teletubby for anyone who gets that reference. That's the one called Poe.
Yeah. Oh.
It's really pseudoscience. Just because
kick it
somebody
over.
puts on a white coat. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, again, everything he said is bullshit. We can test it in a lab and prove that's wrong. So go do it in a lab and then we're done.
Yeah.
We've done it in a lab, bro.
No, we
It's
have.
already been
You
proven.
have JM?
That's some
We
bullshit.
can make $1 million. Go away. No,
Yeah,
it hasn't.
you can make $1 million. Go
I-
away.
Yes, you're right that things can't survive in an alkaline environment. That's true. Your body isn't one.
My body is an alkaline environment.
Oh my God.
I've got blood tests to prove it.
Oh,
So
My body's an
everyone's
alkaline
Thomas
environment.
Googling.
And that's
way
the
to
JM Truth.
I just saw Tom reach forward and type something and look up at his screen. He just Googled something.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait.
Said,
That's
cannot-
more than JM has done for this
Yeah.
entire debate.
Yeah. Hey, sir. Hey. Anyway.
It
It
absolutely,
literally cannot happen.
absolutely is a way to stop sickness,
Literally
which is why
cannot
the
happen.
pharmacist- You were absolutely incorrect 100%.
Assertion, anecdote, nothing.
Medical.
Go win a Nobel Prize and come back.
The problem is, like in a lot of things, when you have certain people that are in control of what comes through the education system,
Who cares
They're
about the
able to-
education
What
system?
people,
What does
JM?
this have to do with the
Tell
goat?
us specifically what people.
Texas. In case people
people.
don't know, the reason that I said Texas is because in the United States, our textbook manufacturers cater to the largest market, and whatever the largest market says they want to buy, that's the textbook that's sold nationwide. And guess what the
Yeah.
largest market in the US is? Texas. So what Texas says is what we all fucking learn in the United States.
Yeah. Yeah. That really needs to change, but
That's why we have the
Always
rootinest,
because-
tootinest education system in the world.
Yeehaw.
Anyway,
Oh.
yeah. Y'all just keep writing down these JM Truth bits.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
keep
have
taking
season
notes.
one
This
ready
is
to
going to
go
be
in
a
no time.
great video.
Oh God.
Actually prove it in a lab. Like education system doesn't matter here.
it's
Like,
been proven in a lab.
it
bro.
hasn't been.
It has.
No,
even
it
had
hasn't.
Then
film
present
documentaries
it,
like
JM.
Film
Present it.
documentaries. Oh, that's
Present it.
incredible.
what they are when they have scientific proof, and doctors actually standing up going, hey, this is actually
Yeah. Fake doctors that don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. People named
But
Andrew
also, that's an
Wakefield.
argument from authority, JM. It doesn't matter if 57 doctors get up and say, oh, yeah, know what? Drinking bleach is totally fine, guys. Trust me.
Know what? I bet JM saw that commercial that said 9 out of 10 dentists approve of this toothpaste, and he was like, that one dentist must know something.
That's just big toothpaste.
And that one dentist is
Yeah,
much
big
used people-
toothpaste is just trying to get you to believe the 9 out of 10 dentists.
Exactly. And that one dentist is
This
much
has
used
been
people
a
by different
JM Truth.
This has been a JM Truth.
Really true.
The scientific proof is the documentaries are not. The documentaries are just documentaries.
When
So
a
the scientific
doctor
proof is-
stands up and says, "No, this is incorrect," would
that's
a
an anecdote.
doctor carry weight?
It depends
No,
on if there's
JM,
actual
because
evidence behind-
science doesn't appeal to authority, and it doesn't matter if a single person says something if they don't have evidence. If a
Also-
doctor got up on stage right now and said, "Hey guys, it turns out JK eating lots and lots of saturated fat is good for you," actually, every freaking person who's ever done like diet studies and biochemistry will laugh at you and go, "No, look at these lab studies."
Yeah. Also,
JM literally cannot stop being an authoritarian. Somebody said
Hey,
something,
guys.
and well, they're important, so what they say is fact.
and like I was about to
On
say,
the thing of
anyone can write a documentary. Anyone.
Yeah.
on the
Uh,
thing of the Texas education system, Dinah Dappo and I have had one in the chat. Let's start a thing called Texit, kind of like Brexit, but we'll make it faster. How do you think, guys?
You're
Catchy
4.5
name?
years late to that party.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was a big thing in the 2016 election.
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
kidding?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was that.
Is Brexit that old? Wow. Okay.
Yes.
So
God,
I-
Brexit.
I do want to say though that crap. This is why JM always lists his quote unquote qualifications in
Mhm.
every video, in
Yeah.
every debate, every time he appears anywhere. He lists his qualifications because that's the way he thinks that if someone is an authority, then everything they say is true.
Yeah.
And that makes him super duper topest leftist of them all.
Exactly. That's why we are voting for him for top left this year.
For dumb fuck of the top left.
Yeah, exactly.
Find what he's saying. With the doctor's word means nothing.
Okay, if I held up two vials in front of you, one cloudy and one clear, and I told you the cloudy one was a meat eater and the clear one was a plant-based eater, and you could see,
Yeah, the video stuck after this, but if you held up a cloudy and a clear vial to me and said that one's a meat eater and one's a vegetarian eater, I'm like, what does the cloudiness mean and what does the clearness mean? Because the cloudy
I would-
could be healthy.
Also,
don't
a
know.
Yeah, I
vial
would-
of what?
I would be like, how the fuck is that vial eating anything? Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't
Well,
have a
funnily-
mouth, it doesn't have a digestive system, it doesn't have an asshole. But
Funnily
I mean-
enough, guys,
JM,
and
I
But what
I
are
don't
they
think you
vials
know what a
of?
meat eater is.
Is it vials of water, vials of a solution, vials of pee? Like what?
Yeah, exactly.
Go
What's
ahead,
in the
Booma.
vials? What's in the vials that you're talking about? Like,
Go ahead, Booma.
yeah.
funnily enough, guys, the factory I used to work at we used to pack ammonia, and the ammonia, which is a concentrate, gets mixed with distilled water, which is just pH balance. The thing of it is, when water gets into the drums, it goes cloudy. So rather than dump it, they call it cloudy ammonia. It's just water in the ammonia mix. So it depends on what chemical there is. Yeah, you can get cloudiness out of anything, like apple juice. They keep
Well,
filtering it to make it clear.
I am going
And beer is cloudy normally. You have to add different substances and filter it to get it clear.
Why not?
And
Yep.
some beer there are citrus beers that are still cloudy because people like it that way. But you have to add like Whirlflock or crap, what's it called? Spanish moss. That the little microparticles that make it cloudy cling to these and drop to the bottom of the tank and leave the solution clear.
And believe it or not, chefs use egg on top of your broth to actually draw the cloudiness out. You get a clear broth by using
Yeah.
egg yolk and then scooping off the egg yolk. So there's a chemistry trick courtesy of Heston, I think, who may pay his workers or may not.
Anyway,
In fact, he says if JM is holding the vials, then yes, they would have assholes. Ba-dum bum ba-dum bum bum.
And that's a JM Truth. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I wonder what happens when you mix an allegedly Dave with a JM Truth, because allegedly Dave would be quite acidic, wouldn't he? So could there be a reaction there
that would
between
be
the two?
wouldn't that
Oh,
be
no.
allegedly the truth? The alleged truth. There we go. The alleged truth.
Oh, there's a winner. We've made another one. God, we're on fire today, guys. Beautiful. As if this was, if only this was being recorded. Oh, hang on.
Anyway,
That evidence in front of you, would that not be an impact to you?
No,
Are you
I wouldn't
really-
trust anything you say holding your vials. I would need a scientific paper that actually verifies the stuff in the scientific paper. Your words and holding up vials isn't anything.
Yeah, but you don't even know biochemistry, bro.
You're
Oh
assuming
my
that. I don't care what your
God.
assumptions are. That's irrelevant. Give me a scientific paper.
It's not an assumption. If you've taken biochemistry, the basic biochemist understands what I'm talking about.
No, the basic biochemist says you hold up two vials, one's cloudy, one's not. They're going to call you an idiot. And go away.
Wow, this is like, I'm getting dumped.
Some random crackpot on YouTube. Yes.
I've
that was
been,
it.
I've been,
Yeah, that's the whole clip I had right there. Yeah, he
Yeah. That was some major top left Dunning-Kruger-ism.
yeah. I've got two more
And
clips.
that jam truth.
Some random
No,
Well,
crackpot on
it's
YouTube. Yes.
I've been,
it's already been like 90 minutes. I actually do have to go soon. AKA right now. Actually supposed to have been gone 2 minutes ago. But I'm gonna have to I'll rearrange my schedule the best I can so that I can be here for more of these because holy crap. This is a lot of
Yeah.
dumb.
Yeah, this
We
Yeah,
need
this
you.
is just week 1 of the dumb. There's still
We
3
need you.
more weeks of the dumb.
yeah.
Speaking
Uh,
speaking of dumb, hi guys.
Hey,
Hey, there's
that?
our janitor. There's our janitor.
like Bob.
Oh.
Why
Our
do you that
janitor.
cough?
see, perfect timing because now I have to dip
Yeah.
out. So you know what? I'll hand it over to you, Psycho Bob.
Sorry, I sensed a round table of stupid going on, and here we are.
And
Right.
you're a moth to a fucking light globe. You've come in, now you're circling around. Cool. Hey, thanks, Vish. It's always good to have you
Actually-
on board,
All
man.
right,
We love
see you guys.
See you later, bitch.
Five-ish.
Hi, Vish. Instead of that, let's go ahead and do the last one. We'll just jump to a random part in this video. Let's say,
Yeah, okay, so yeah, this is the one I was talking. Yeah. I wanted to play this. Let me explain, because there's this clip that a bunch of people have used where JM takes a photo from NASA that says artist impression, and the file name says artist impression, and he puts it into Photoshop
Excuse
and
me.
slides a bunch
You-
of sliders
you-
back
you-
and forth,
sorry.
and then claims it's fake. And I wanted to find that for this show, but I came across this, and I was trying to find that thinking it was in this stream, which is like an hour and a half long. So I just started clicking to random spots, and every single time that I clicked to a random spot, JM said something incredibly stupid. The very next thing he said. So I decided we are going to play derp roulette, and Zoomy here is just going to pick a random spot, and we'll see what kind of derp JM says.
actually, I'm going to go to right
I love it.
here. About 15
Okay.
minutes,
I like it.
22 seconds.
All right.
It's not my fault. Anyway, so I'm done with that photo. Okay, here I have all these photos. We're gonna go through all of them. I've already
Oh,
kind of
no.
opened them so that they're right there on my Photoshop. And if I didn't mention it before, that's the program I'm using is Photoshop.
Pause it right
Okay,
there.
So
Well,
let's.
go back to that drop down menu if you can, because I think it shows the file names. I want to see if the file name was in the artist impression or whatever was in that
I'm
list.
done with that photo.
There.
No, when he does the drop down menu, when he clicks on open, I think
Okay,
it
here I
is.
have all these photos. We're gonna go through all of them. I've already kind of opened them so that they're right
There.
There.
A little bit more.
there on my Photoshop. And if I didn't mention it before, that's the program.
Oh, there we go. That's what you look for. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the 8th one. maybe I'm counting wrong. NASA's Mars 2020 rover artist concept.jpg.
Yeah.
That's the one that I was thinking of. It literally says artist concept, and he spends like half an hour playing with levels on Photoshop on that to determine that it's not real.
Well, do you remember Cool Hard Logic did an absolute gem where he found there's a program that can determine whether or not things are a hologram or a real photo. And he then went through a role where he actually got the one of Princess Leia from episode 4, the original scenes of that, and that came up as a real picture. And he put up one of a real moon that was said to be a hologram too. So there's apparently a program that just talks a load of bullshit. It just tells you, it has a guess.
Yeah, well,
Cool Hard
photo
Logic
forensics can tell you a lot of information about the photo.
Yeah.
But someone that doesn't understand what photo forensics is telling them can interpret it wrong, even though it has directions and tells you how to interpret it right on the fucking main page of photo forensics. But JM doesn't know that photo forensics exists because he's not a photo forensics expert. He's not a CGI expert. He just likes to go on Photoshop and slide some sliders back and forth and then claim it's fake. So pick another spot. Let's spin the wheel of derp roulette again.
Oh, look.
Damn it, I need booze.
Look at what picture showed up at the random spot I chose.
Yeah.
The exact one you were talking about.
No, the one that I was talking about was actually like the capsule while it was still orbiting. And I think it's a Saturn thing. I don't know. But yeah,
like
the one that I was thinking of was an artist concept when it was still orbiting. But this may be the one that was in the list. I don't know.
This is probably. Oh,
He'll just say it's fake because he saw it in a movie once.
Probably.
Yeah, he'll say it's whatever that island is that NASA uses to test their equipment before sending it to space.
That's Tracy Island. That's the Thunderbirds, where Thunderbird 3 and
Let's see.
Thunderbird 1 live.
I want it just a tiny bit to get where he just loads the picture. There we go.
Okay.
This is obviously CGI. I shouldn't even have to
Obviously CGI.
to edit this photo.
It's
because
not. It's not maybe. It's not.
There's nothing here that could be
It's
taking a picture of
obvious.
this object on Mars, of this rover. So, yeah, this
So
is
point
bullshit.
out, JM. Point out exactly where the fuck it's CGI.
Yeah, point exactly
Please.
where is it? Please point it out.
Please show us the overlaid image. Show us, how it's several different layers put together and what the original image looked like.
Yeah.
Well, that crack over there clearly looks like the Pixar logo, so maybe it's
And the clouds, if you flip it upside down, the clouds say sex.
Yeah.
Simon and Dan pointed out one the other day with someone up on the ISS was apparently trying to maliciously stab the other guy who was playing his guitar upside down on the roof. You can see how the malicious
that was Level Earth Observer.
Oh my God! And here's what Simon and Dan pointed out, which is an absolute beauty. It's on the ISS. It's coming down chunkily, and the data itself is rough. A perfect actual view up there with everything probably would be a forgery. You're going to expect jitters, and internet has a thing called jitter up to 5 milliseconds. You get 10 milliseconds jitter. 100 milliseconds jitter from the ISS. So the way they look at it, this is all crude, therefore it's fake. No, perfect is fake. Terminator 2, where he goes into the helicopter, that's faked. Okay, we know the difference between fake
what?
and also fucking good. Yeah, I'm sorry that when he jumped in the helicopter with liquid steel, that wasn't true. I'm sorry to have to tell you that. Yeah, the T-1000 doesn't really.
You've ruined my childhood now.
Yeah.
So you mean
sad.
So you mean the fight whenever they were going through the core of the Earth that wasn't real?
Okay. I don't know where you go with that one.
Yeah.
No, that was the Total Recall remake.
That was Total Recall. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of the Total Recall remake, I think we actually know someone who did that CGI.
Oh God.
And they were in a debate against JM and polished their Emmy.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
Yeah,
That's what I was trying to
Duncan
allude to.
Kennard. Duncan Kennard was actually one of the CGI
Yeah.
artists in that movie.
That's what I was trying to allude to, but
In the original or the remake?
The remake.
remake.
The remake. Yeah, unfortunately, the remake seemed to have lost a lot of the original Arnie one. I like the Arnie one.
I
Just
like
an
the
interesting
remake.
point.
Say what you will about the
remake.
remake. At least it had a hyper spy having a knife fight with the president of Mega Britain on the back of the bullet train through the center of the earth.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and the giant elevator was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And we've got to remember too that CGI's come a long way. But just a quick one back on the Cameron Terminator 2. There's a lot of little things left in there that James Cameron was very clever about that made it what do you call it? A bit of a time capsule of the time. And the one I love was where Arnie's walking in to save John from the first meeting. He had guns and roses. The gun was in a box of roses. And there's a lot of little Easter eggs. When you go and watch it again, you see new things and go, like the old video game arcades and John hacking the flexi teller, easy money, and all that stuff. It's actually, Cameron was a very brilliant man. We're not going to acknowledge that until after his death, I'd say. He'll be like a Mozart. But there's a lot of good things in that movie. Anyway, getting back to it. Sorry, guys, I did digress.
Okay, let's see if JM actually tells us exactly why this is CGI.
Yeah.
And BS, which is bullshit. It's all bullshit.
And BS.
You guys got that? It's all bullshit.
Which is bullshit.
They stole money. They are ripping off the people of this earth.
So that's why it's CGI, because
and,
they stole money.
Look at the line job here on this sand. Like, do any of you guys really believe this is real? Like, there should be still some freaking sand over here.
Okay, pause.
And it's all.
I think that's enough stupid that we can comment on. That's like the number one flat earth proof right there. Look at that. Do you guys actually believe that? They don't point out what's wrong. They just say, look at it. I can't believe you don't see that it's fake.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, just look at it. Look at it. I'm not going to actually go into why it's fake. I'm just going to say, look at it.
The one I love, guys, is the way they draw reference to that area where they take photos from. It's in the US where they do the testing because it's like another planet. And they say, it's all done here. No, they're testing things that might go to another planet on a place that might be like another planet. To me, that makes kind of good sense. And to them, it's empirical evidence that they're faking it. No, they've got to test these fucking things before they put them 10,000 light years away before they fuck up.
No, what they should do is they should build one to test and then send it to another planet to test it on that planet to see if it works so that they can build another one and send it to that planet to use.
Yeah.
That's the only way they should be doing it.
As we all know, guys, and we all know that Mars is entirely populated by robots. So the future is with us.
I'm going to need a second because my nose just started bleeding for some reason.
And if you give me any more fucking cheek, it'll bleed again, Muddy. Don't give me cheek and I won't punch you in the nose. It's simple.
So the Sun Express says Derp Roulette ought to become an official game. And that may be a recurring game through the month of JM is Derp Roulette. When there's too much stupid in one video. So we just have to break it up into little tidbits of derp.
Yeah.
And just pick a random spot and laugh at the stupid thing he says there.
Yeah, we'll do that. This month is basically going to be at the end of our streams. It's going to be Derp Roulette, where we just pick a random spot in one of the random videos he's done. That's like 3 hours long.
All right, give me another derp. Spin the wheel of derp.
I already did.
Hey, just a quickie on that picture of the lunar module, guys. When I was about 15, there was a lunar module at the Royal Melbourne Show, and you could go in 3 kids at a time, and it actually cost like $2 to go in, which was good money back in those days. It was 5 shillings, in fact. But going inside,
did they have pictures of bumblebees on nickels back then? And did you tie an onion to your belt, which was the style at the time?
We don't have nickels. We have pound shillings and pence and guineas. That's where guinea pigs come from. But anyway, getting into the actual replica of the lunar module, 3 kids at a time. It was fucking awesome. It stuck with me. I was about 13, 14, and it's still a vivid memory in my sort of persona. I actually still remember all the instruments, where you would stand and do it. this would have been really hard to fly. It's not like a plane where you're in comfort and all the controls are there. And it was just an amazing experience to have gone through a replica of the lunar module. It's fucking awesome, dudes. I've got to say, I feel privileged to have done it because it disappeared for a while. Anyway, yeah, thank you.
Let's continue this, and let's start off at 4343. Actually, I'm going to do this. I'm going to try to get it exactly 3333, just to piss off people who hate the word number 33.
They're just the people that are too fucking stupid to get paid national shield money to fake the moon landings. And like, we all know the Earth's flat. We're just smart enough to not fucking reveal it. We get paid. Australia doesn't exist. God. I'm from Cockney, England. Just around the corner from Spurs Chemo's place.
I'm glad someone said it.
Yeah.
Well, here's that 3332, close enough. I mean, if 6.66 is close enough to 666, 3232 is close enough.
Let's zoom in here.
Take two crystals, take two emesis and call me in the morning.
Oh, man. All right. So the first question I have is, where are the stars? If this is a
exposure, you fucking idiot.
JM, buddy, old chap. This is something you should have learned in literally one of the first level 100 film classes that you took is exposure.
Exactly.
If you were a film expert, you would understand what exposure is, and you don't even understand what it is.
The only exposure he understands is the one you get arrested for when you do it around school.
When it's indecent.
It's indecent, yeah.
Well, nice.
Real image. Where are the stars? Okay, people trying to say, well, in space, the stars wouldn't be captured because of the filtration and exposure. Guys, that's garbage. That's crap. Because some of their photos have stars, and some of their photos don't have stars. I can take a picture of the night sky and film stars, and take a picture of the moon and stars at the same time and get both of them in the shot.
Yes, but this isn't a picture of the moon taken from a Nikon P900 piece of shit potato camera. This is a picture taken with an actual good camera. In space. Of the Earth.
Hey guys, I haven't been doing this as long as you. Is it normal for your eye to start twitching and painfully from the stupidity?
Yes, very good. Mine's doing that right now.
It's very normal.
That's very normal.
It was about 2 hours every Saturday night for me.
Yeah. Yep, that's
Get your keyboard out the way. Get your keyboard out the way before you face butt the table, because it just spells all jargony, jibbly stuff on the thing.
It spells Dutch words.
And remember,
it does all Russian ones too.
Remember to equip your facepalm protection and move the monitor out of punching range, because that is unfortunately a side effect.
Yeah.
Better take off my glasses too. Don't want to face palm a lens through my eye.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
That's what automatic exposure is. Okay? So, anyway.
JM, they're not using automatic exposure.
Yeah.
These guys actually know how to use a camera, unlike you.
Yeah.
They know to select the correct exposure for the picture they're taking,
as well as
and
the
picture
ISO
that they want.
As well as the ISO, the ISO, the
shutter speed, the ISO, the fuck, I can't remember. It's been 20, 30 years since I took a film course.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
All that stuff.
Like that.
It's amazing how it's pull the trigger nowadays with the digital cam tech we've got. It's an interesting one, guys, because we're doing a dinosaur-based movie, and most of those old dinosaur black and whites were frame by frame Play-Doh dinosaurs, where the people physically moved the dinosaurs as they walked. And we're going to be doing one of those movies on
claymation is awesome.
Also, yes, claymation.
I love it, man.
I got to give these people props for doing that.
Yep,
so
they sat there in the studio. Yeah, cool as. I love it.
What's even cooler than claymation? The Lego motion films. where they actually move the Legos like inch by inch, just like they do claymation
Yeah.
only with Legos.
Yeah, like the Lego Movie and
Yeah.
the Lego Movie 2 and
Yeah.
Lego Batman and all
Yeah.
those. Yeah.
All those. Those are also, I love how they, animate those. And they did that with Epic Rap Battles of History as well. That was really good video.
And South Park, the first several seasons of South Park was
Mhm.
stop motion. You
Yeah.
know, they use construction paper and they would put the construction paper down, take a picture of it, and then move the mouth slightly and
Yeah.
take another
Yeah.
picture and move arms or bodies or whatever, take another picture.
Beach 8 brings up Gumby. Yes, Gumby,
Oh,
and I had the
Gumby.
horse Pokey as
Yep.
well. I had a Gumby as a kid, and the horse was cool.
Wallace and
I love
Gromit.
it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. In fact, Wallace and Gromit, they got the right chemicals to run down the walls because in scale, they used, I think it was methylated spirits because it looked like water when sped up or something like
Okay.
that. They actually did a lot of work there. Yeah.
PJCnet.
Cool.
PJCnet. I have to point this out. No, it is not impossible to prove that this is a genuine photo. This photo was taken on print on film using I think this is the Hasselblad camera that was used for this particular photo. And it is a physical camera that was used back in the 1970s, I believe. And
I'm not sure exactly which one that is, but there are a lot of pictures from like Apollo 8 through Apollo 16.
yeah,
That
60s, 1960s.
they took a lot of pictures from like 1968 to 1970. What was it? 3?
73, 74.
Yeah, and it's because when you're literally the only 3 people that aren't on Earth, you're gonna want to turn around and take a picture of it.
Yeah. They had a Hasselblad camera which had excellent ISO. Well, it didn't have the digital components that we have nowadays,
Oh yeah.
but
Good old analog.
it was a good old analog yeah, exactly. It was an analog camera that took analog images, that took it on negatives.
But
that you had to
I
sit
am
to
going
it-
to play.
stop to-
I am going to play devil's advocate for a moment and say that this could have been set up in a studio where they made a perfect model of the globe and lit it just right and took a picture of it and claimed it as real. The only problem is we know that they went to space, and when they got back, they handed film to people and they developed it, and that's what was on the film, and it wasn't on the film before they went to space.
Yeah.
So we know that something happened while they were up there.
Look, if they're going to claim it's fake, why wouldn't he show us how they go about doing it, like a proper debunker would?
Yeah.
Actually produce
Like
the
I
same
just
result,
explained.
showing all the dodgy shit, and then show us and say, then it's fake. Then he gets some credence, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
If someone got out and did a frame by frame, this is how they faked it. Anyway, we've got Draco Fire. How are you, Mr. Draco Fire?
Draco.
Hey guys,
Hey,
Hey,
Draco.
how you doing? How y'all doing?
Doing
Oh, good.
as good as I can for having been talking about JM for 2 hours.
Oh boy, yeah.
My
I imagine that's doing a number on your mental health.
Brain
Man.
hurt.
It's been rough, and this is just a quarter of the way through JM month.
Yeah.
Oh God,
We're doing a JM month. Yeah, the entire month.
forgive me if I don't want to stick around for the whole month.
I don't blame you.
I
I don't
don't.
know if I want to stick around for the whole month.
Hey, Psycho Bob's got a yellow box. I love this yellow box, guys.
Yeah.
This is so fucking cool.
Oh, good news, guys. My nose has stopped bleeding for the moment from all the stupid.
Yeah, well,
Has your ear
Yep.
started bleeding yet, though? Because that's normally next.
Yeah, that's normally next.
All right, let's do one more spin of the derp roulette wheel and see what we can come up with.
Let's try.
Oh, we're picking a random location, are we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and just see what stupid JM says in that location.
Ooh, I can't wait.
666. 60 minutes, 6 seconds, and well, yeah, 60 minutes.
66 minutes and 6 seconds.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Just
Alternatively, 67 minutes and 6 seconds.
and this will be another
66
JM
seconds.
Truth. Do. Okay, we've got a logo. Vish does it better than I.
What we got?
We've got a stinger, rather.
By my naked eye. And even if it was steel, okay, which it's not, it's aluminum. But even if it was steel, all this stuff would melt in space,
Oh
in
god.
the thermosphere.
And there you
I
go.
would have.
Oh,
This is derp
this
roulette.
stupid
Oh.
fucking. Oh, every time, bro.
Oh,
No matter where you go,
He's
within
been
10
on
seconds,
this
he's going to
topic.
say something stupid.
He's been on this topic for so long.
hey guys, I think I skipped a step. My ear's not bleeding, but I think I'm crying a little blood here.
Yeah, that'll happen.
There's
That'll
my
happen
news.
too. That'll happen too. Oh, God.
You
We're
don't
upskirting the
worry
astronaut too.
until
That's
blood
not his best
starts
angle.
squirting out of your belly button.
Yeah.
God damn, you guys are champions. Holy shit.
I don't know whether to be proud of that or ashamed
So-
of that.
So,
Does this
Draco,
really need
since you
explaining?
first joined, why don't you explain why steel and aluminum won't melt in space?
Because
Yeah.
space is fucking cold, dude. Look,
Exactly.
the only
JM, you
the
could
only
have Googled
time
it.
JM, right, that he thinks that because space is, I'm assuming this is what he thinks, of course. I assume that he thinks that because space is directly exposed to the sun at most times, the sun would be melting the steel or the aluminum or whatever. The problem is that the rest of that steel is exposed to the absolutely frigid temperature of outer space, which would obviously cancel that out a little bit.
Yeah.
So you're not going
And,
to get
well-
melting without, and also it's not exposed to the sun at all times. You need continuous heat for a pretty significant amount of time in order to melt
Yeah,
something.
it doesn't automatically turn the temperature of the sun as soon as you put it in the sun.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think like the basis of this claim is Flurf's heard that it's hot in the thermosphere, and
Yeah.
they just assumed that means that space is hot.
What?
Well,
But
what
ju-
they,
just
yeah,
because there's heat in the thermosphere doesn't mean it transfers temperature.
of course.
what,
And
what they're overlooking
they also seem to
is-
think. Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
so what they're overlooking though is the thing like whenever you stand at the campfire, anyone who stood there with their back to it, and you turn around and your jeans touch the back of your calf muscle, they actually think that radiant sort of heat happens instantly. They don't realise that it takes a bit of an accumulative time there. Sorry, Draco, I'm on a bit of delay, so I do interrupt intentionally. That's the way Australia is. Goddamn speed of light should be faster. Yeah, so sorry about that.
You got it.
Yeah, anyway.
What I was going to say is they also like to think that it would melt as it's passing through the thermosphere on the rocket, which means that for some reason that they think that the space station and everything is like tied to the side of the rocket and then shot into space.
Yeah,
And that
that's
would melt.
something that I've heard about the LM as
It's
well.
It's like,
They
how did it
think that
pass
we
through?
literally just like strapped that to a booster and shot it from the Earth to the moon.
It's
They
like
don't know what a fairing is or anything.
It was in a rocket that had
Yeah.
heat shields that they spent a pretty significant amount of time designing those heat shields so that wouldn't happen.
And that's the level of Flurf research. Like they never even tried to Google it to find out what they did. They just thought, oh, they rocketed that thing from the surface of the Earth to the moon. How can you get from the Earth to moon in that thing?
Just like what
Well-
PJCnet just said. Look at the build quality of that, which is supposed to have protected them from a vacuum. Care to explain why it's built like that?
Oh, is PGC Net here? Oh, of course he is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He comes to all of our streams,
yeah, he does.
unfortunately.
Everywhere.
Unfortunately.
It was built like that for one simple reason, because that is how they had to build it.
Yeah.
They literally, there's no creature comforts in it whatsoever. They literally had to build it so that it would fit everything it needed to have and fit inside the fairing and get them from orbit of the moon to the surface of the moon and back to orbit. And they had to crane their necks, and they're in the later missions, of course, they spent the night in it, but there weren't beds in it.
Well, I mean,
So
They've got
Oh, yeah.
replicas of those in Alabama at the Air and Space Museum. They have replicas of the lunar lander, and I've sat in that replica. I barely fit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and
as have
you know,
I,
I am a
yes.
bit of a big guy, but you know, I like there is no space. And you look at the consoles they had, you have about 1,000 different buttons and control panels crammed into the space of a desktop monitor.
Yeah.
They
Okay,
Yeah,
built
guys,
it
that
wasn't
in
like
here's one for you.
computers that we had
Yep.
today. You know, everything was analog back then, so there would be a switch for every command. And
Right, when you
know,
Google,
that tiny
oh,
little
sorry.
keyboard. Okay, go ahead, Boomer.
When you Google lunar module atmospheric, the first thing you see in Wikipedia is structurally and aerodynamically incapable of flight through the Earth's atmosphere. It had to have been taken up by the original pod that Mike Collins stayed in. They actually turned it around, hooked up to it mid-flight. The module itself, the command module turned around to close to the lunar, then turned back around, and they had to decelerate it from 2,000 miles an hour or whatever. That was the whole trick of slowing it down because of the momentum they had. But yeah, it was under a cowling the whole way to protect it from UVs and meteors and all sorts of space crap. Yeah, so, but it was structurally, you can't fly it in the atmosphere. That's the way it goes, guys. It was designed for the moon.
So one other thing I want to point out about how it had to be designed, the stair or the ladder going down to the surface of the moon was like 2.5 feet too short because they couldn't fit the rest of the ladder on the landing leg. So, you know, when you see Neil Armstrong come down the ladder and he jumps off of it and falls down onto the landing pad and then jumps back up onto the ladder to test to make sure he can get back up easily enough. And then my favorite, Apollo 12, I can't remember who it was, went down the ladder and he dropped off and then he jumped up and barely made it back up to the ladder. And his first words on the moon were, "That might have been a small step for Neil Armstrong, but it was a big ass leap for me." It was not designed for creature comforts or anything. It was designed because that was how it had to be made.
Yeah,
And also PJC he's going off now in the chat. He's saying it looks like it's just uneven foil plastered on thin, flimsy, like it's a poor model, dude.
Sure, it
For
looks like
surface
that.
It
area.
looks
That
like
doesn't mean
shit.
it is.
It wasn't made to look like the fucking Enterprise. It was made to land on the moon, which, by the way, has, what is it, an eighth of the Earth's gravity or a sixth of the Earth's gravity? Like, it didn't need to be, like, it had to be strong, but it didn't need to be that strong.
Yeah.
Like, it just needed to get the job done. And then it was left there. And it's still there now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, the top part that we're looking at in that picture is not on the moon,
right?
But the base part of it is.
And that foil that he's complaining about is actually it's heat reflection.
It's heat.
It's to do with surface. It gets surface area as well. The more wrinkles you have in it, the greater the surface area. Like cooling fins on a motorcycle, on an air-cooled motorcycle. Surface area is what it's all about.
I found it fascinating.
A heat sink.
I actually read somewhere that when they did make it back up to the actual rocket, they only had 15 seconds of fuel left.
Yeah, the control module.
The control module
guys,
only had 15 seconds, literally.
Imagine this, though. If you're an astronaut, you take off for 5 days, you are now at the whim of the gods. You've got to go up there, get back. I would be in such a state of fucking anxiety, my sphincter would be fusing hydrogen into helium. And that would almost be a fuel source, I guess. But just to think of what these guys go through for the 5 days, then you get back down and splash down, that's when I would breathe a sigh of relief. As we know, Apollo 13 didn't land. It had a major fuck up. But the fact that NASA have never lost anyone in space, they did lose people in a fire in the early days with oxygen, but they've never lost anyone out there, is testimony to how fucking smart these guys are.
Yeah, they lost Apollo 1, they lost Challenger, and they lost, what was the one in
Columbia.
Columbia. Yeah.
Yep.
But all of those were inside Earth's atmosphere.
Yeah.
The Russians, on the other hand, have lost cosmonauts in space.
Oh, yeah.
But the U.S. hasn't. And the last thing I want to point out about this picture in particular, and what PJC Net was saying with the gold foil, The gold foil is not structural in any way. There is an actual pressure capsule that closes. The gold foil is there as heat deflection only. So once they close that door, there is actual structure, aluminum paneling structure that seals so that they can pressurize the cabin inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I've got a feeling, though, didn't Apollo 13, just correct me on this, but I think Apollo 13, they were low on oxygen. They had to get in their suits, go into the module, turn it all down in order to have the battery life, and then turn off the actual command module. And the big issue was they'd never frozen it, so they didn't know if it was going to charge back up. So they sat there shitting themselves in the lunar
they only
module.
had like 5 amps of power to turn everything back on with, or something
It
like
was
that.
a huge
Well,
panic.
they also had an explosion of oxygen tank number 2 in the service module.
That was the cause, and that was on the way out. But they actually had to go in and turn the whole thing off, and they didn't know. Like at that point, it would have been shit. Are we kissing our ass goodbye?
Another funny little design flaw of having the lunar module and the command module made by different contractors is they didn't use the same air filters when they designed their 2 separate products. So when they were in the lunar module as their life capsule on their way from the moon back to the Earth, they had circular air filters that they used, and they ran out of them.
Yeah.
And the only air filters they had were square. So the guys back on Earth had to jerry rig a device out of tubing and duct tape and plastic, basically like poop bags, to make a square peg fit in a round hole just so they would live.
And they did, because they're smart and they're good at what they do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got all
Go ahead,
these
Bob.
They got all these squares to make a circle.
Well, it's possible if you rotate them enough.
Yeah. How do you make a circle out of a square?
Okay, let's listen to like 10
these
more
squares.
seconds of what JM's saying here and see if he says one more stupid thing.
He will.
One.
He will.
So it would be one big barbecue up there. Oh, look at that. They're on the dark side also, and he's all lit up. Look at it. Light source.
JM.
Light.
Bro.
JM.
Oh, fuck.
Remember that thing we talked about in that other picture called exposure?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Damn it.
And you know, the light
on the moon.
light doesn't just go to one thing and hit it and stop. Light actually bounces off of things and goes to other things. So the sunlight may be on the other side of the lunar module, going past it, hitting the surface of the moon, bouncing up and illuminating whichever astronaut's butt that is that I'm looking at right now.
I just face palmed myself out of my fucking headphones. God, what the fuck, dude?
He's like, the dark side doesn't receive. They're on the dark side. He thinks the dark side never gets sunlight.
Yeah.
Wait,
I bet he does,
they have
actually.
periods.
Oh,
They have
God.
periods of 2 weeks. One side will get light for
actually-
2 weeks. The other side will get light for 2 weeks.
Pink Floyd did point this out in their 72 album that we all know. Technically, it's all dark at the end of the outro on Money, I believe. Here you go. Pink Floyd teach us everything. They showed us the spectrum, and now they teach us about the moon. What can't they do?
Wow, it took how many seconds was that? 5 for him to say another idiotic thing?
Yeah.
I mean,
Me?
he started
No, I do it all the time.
as soon as he finished his thought on the other thing, it was right into more stupid.
Yeah.
If only smart people could go that quickly to a different thought, maybe we'd get some stuff done.
Let's try going a couple more seconds and see what he said.
No, pick another spot. Let's spin
Yeah.
the wheel of derp roulette one more time.
Have we done
This
33 minutes
is
and
too
33
much
seconds?
fun. Derp
We
roulette needs to become a regular game on this channel.
Yeah.
Did we do?
Yep,
we
we're
did
doing-
33 already.
Yes.
We did.
Right. Do 1 minute or 1 hour and 9 minutes.
1 hour and 9 minutes.
Y'all know why.
No, I don't. Fill us in for those of us who don't know. I'm in
69
Australia.
minutes, dude. Come on.
Yeah,
Oh,
69.
69 minutes. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, very good.
Nice.
You and you,
High
you
five.
and your goddamn metric time. We do proper hours over here in Australia because we're on the AE map.
All right, shut up.
Okay?
Right.
And I sure hope that's not Neil Armstrong. Because if they try to say that's Neil Armstrong, who took the photograph? I think that's
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why I can never quit JM Trooth.
We have a winner. 69 minutes was the go. Well done, Draco. You get 3 points. 3
No
points
matter
on that
where
one.
in his
All the
video
way.
you go, he will say something stupid.
Oh my god.
Well, those last ones hurt. That one just picked me right up.
So which Apollo is this that he's talking about?
I have no idea.
I think it's 11. I think it's 11
Oh god fucking damn it.
or 12. Is it 11 or 12? I can't remember.
Uh,
Armstrong.
PJC Net's in the chat talking about petrified wood. PJC Net, I've got an idea. I've got an idea
Huh?
for you. Go to the there's this really cool website. It's called Google.
even better. There's an even better one. It's called en.wikipedia.org.
There's that as well.
Uh,
But maybe instead of listening to your Papa Flurf, you should actually fucking look into it.
yeah. Yeah.
Because you look like a dumb fuck talking about petrified wood.
Look, I'm
And that is
sorry
the
to
nicest
say
way I can say
I mean,
that.
let me tell you, right? My grandpa went to the petrified forest. He gave me some petrified wood, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, this is cool. And then I went to that Air and Space Museum and I saw the moon rock on display. They don't look anything alike. Like,
yeah,
they are not the same at all. You can tell, like,
Yeah.
petrified wood is not porous. It is not, very light. Even it looks like a piece of agate almost. But and the moon rocks are rather porous and gray. Everyone knows what a moon rock looks like. Like, they
Yeah,
are not the
Well,
same thing.
PJC Net doesn't.
no, PJC Net wants a refund on the moon rock.
Well,
He
PJC
wants
Net
a-
doesn't know much at all. So
Well, yeah.
He wants a refund on the moon rock. I sent him. Sorry, PJ. I kind of it was a bit of a joke gone wrong. It's all right. It's a different moon rock.
And here's the thing: you can actually go and you can look at the moon rocks that they say came from the moon. Unlike the one you're talking about, that no one ever said came from the moon. The ones that NASA says came from the moon, you can go to, what is it, Houston, or is it Alabama?
the one in Alabama, it is an actual moon rock on display.
Okay. But there's also the facility, I think it's in Houston, where they keep all
it's in
of
Houston.
the samples.
It's in Houston.
And you can go and view them and see every single moon rock that they collected in all of the Apollo missions.
Well, see, it all comes back to you hashtag gotta light a flurf.
You can actually touch a lunar sample at Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
Yeah.
You can touch a lunar sample in Chicago as well. The Tribune Tower in Chicago, when they were building it, remodeling it, sorry. They actually took rocks from different places around the world, as well as they got a piece of a moon rock and put them in the walls of the lobby. So they've got like the moon rock, they've got I think they have petrified wood from the petrified forest. They have a piece of the Berlin Wall, and they have a piece of what's claimed to be Plymouth Rock, and other places around the world. They have samples of all these different rocks in the lobby that you can go and touch.
It doesn't mean it's really moon rock. A lot of lovers don't believe we went to the moon. PJC Net again. Why do you keep lying?
Then
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if we believe we went there or not.
If it doesn't mean that it's really moon rock, then go there and test it and see if it is or it isn't.
Yeah.
Don't sit there and say that doesn't mean it is. Go there and test it. Like thousands of other people over the last 50 years have actually done.
Yeah. Do it.
I mean, if you
Stop
if you
being
know
a keyboard warrior and fucking put your money where your mouth is.
if you know what you're doing, you can test a rock sample and find out at least the general area of where it came from. So do that with the moon and tell us where it came from. Where did they get it from on Earth?
Yeah.
Because that's the only place they could have gotten it from, and you should be able to find out where if you know what you're doing. And if you don't know what you're doing, shut the fuck up.
Here's one of the things about the moon rocks, the storage facility that they're in, and I don't remember exactly whether it's a vacuum or if it's like argon or what kind of gas, but they're stored in a specific environment so that they won't mix with oxygen, which would contaminate them and make them look like an actual rock from Earth. Because these rocks have never touched oxygen before.
Yep. All right, let's do some more roulette, shall we?
Yeah.
Let me go to a random number picker.
Yeah.
Well, just
How
quick
many,
one
how
on
many
that
minutes are in this thing total?
126.40.
Oxygen itself is actually an extreme
86 minutes.
Oxygen is an extreme corrosive. And the bottom line is everything in nature actually tries to not be oxidized because oxygen just destroys shit. So, and that's why it mixes with water.
And the fact that these rocks have never touched oxygen before means that they came from a place where there is no oxygen.
There's a renewed commercial interest in the moon because apparently the ice up there is O3, I believe, which is very good for rocket fuel. Because it's the O3, a dry fuel rocket actually has a smoldering agent, which can be anything like a skateboard wheel virtually. It provides the smoldering, and the O3 reacting with the smolder is what creates the expansion.
O3 is ozone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
O3 is
yeah, you're thinking of helium-3 is what you're thinking.
Oh, okay.
Helium-3 is
right.
a good fuel.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I did have my chemistry upset. I didn't go and read it beforehand.
I'm a total dumbass when it comes to chemistry, but I do know a couple of really interesting tidbits.
I can make that up for you. I'm doing a chemistry degree right now. But
there you go.
TJCnet, even if you went there, how could you possibly know it's not fake? Dude, if that's the case... I just
explained to you how you can tell.
Well, if that's the case, how do we know that you're not fake? How do you know that Earth isn't fake? How do you know that anything is real, dude? We have ways of determining things are real. Yeah. And we can and have done so for specifically
we have
Earth
this thing that's called science.
Everything else.
Hey, yeah, PJ, I got one from PJCnet. Me and Nathan Thompson, believe it or not, and I'm actually going to have a bit of a plug here. We're creating a Discord server based on the game Space Engineers from Steam. Now, when it's on special, it'll be about $10 to buy. Space Engineers is absolutely awesome. It's like exploration sandboxing. Why don't you come out and enjoy it?
What's that sound?
That's Draco doing something.
Oh, can you hear that?
Yeah.
I'm running my pen up and down my blinds. I didn't know you guys could hear that.
Have you got us a number yet, Draco?
Yeah, 21.
Oh, 21.
That was what my random number picker pulled up.
Okay. 21 minutes. What kind of stupid... It's going to be hard to top
God.
if that was Neil Armstrong.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
It's going to be hard to top that.
I already know what's coming.
He's going to say that, I'm going to predict, he's going to say that this was taken by using, like, lasers or something to just get some light.
Yeah, something like that.
No, it's not going to be that creative.
Or this is what a planet looks like.
I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah.
Or this is what a planet looks like, because this is what my telescope, my cheap ass telescope picked up. Or
all right, JM, tell us the stupid.
Because this is a blank spot that was laid over this image to give this effect.
JM, the photo expert.
I just demonstrated that for you.
So. That just doesn't compute in my mind. Like, how do you lay a blank spot over an image?
Yeah, you can't do that with Photoshop.
Like does he mean that they use the little eraser tool, or
the eraser tool will not give you clean stuff
Yeah.
behind the blue there.
Well,
Like
he
this just
doesn't
doesn't
know
work.
that.
Because if you laid a transparent layer on top of it, guess what? It would be a transparent layer. That means it would
Yeah.
go through it. That means you wouldn't
Yeah,
see it.
that means the stuff behind it would stay the exact same.
Exactly.
Now, let me tell you, it is definitely possible to fabricate something like this. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
But you'd have. I'm willing to bet that to get quality like this, there are probably only a handful of people in the world that are capable of faking something like this. And also, why?
Yes.
And I have a very strong suspicion that one of those handful of people in the world that are capable of faking this is not the person that we see on screen.
Definitely not.
Yeah, oh, how many things are on that list of things he says he is?
Oh god.
20, 30. Yeah,
Yeah.
This modified sniper probably couldn't do that.
Yeah. And modified Mortarman.
Did he say that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he claimed to be a Mortarman as well.
I forgot the whole list.
Because he said that because he was a medic, he had to learn everyone's weapons. So he's an expert in all these different weapons.
That's like saying that if you majored in biology, you're a major in chemistry as well because you have to take the full chemistry series.
Yeah.
That is not how that works. I mean, yes, I have to take 3/4 of physics in my chemistry degree, but that doesn't make me a fucking physicist.
Yeah.
But,
all right, well,
JM took 0 semesters of physics and he's a physicist.
Oh, I guess that makes me one too, because I've taken one more quarter than he has.
Oh, and Nathan Thompson has taken 0 courses in neurosurgery, but yet he's close to a neurosurgeon.
He was almost
Almost
going to
You
become
know,
a
that
neuro-
guy. There's what I'm gonna throw up is Darth Maul actually was 23 years old and he had done martial arts for 12 years when he did episode 1 and did that fantastic fight with Qui-Gon. Mate, you can't replace CGI. That is pure Darth Maul jumping around, and when you're a huge martial artist, you can look good. You don't need CGI.
Oh, I've got it. Oh, I understand what this is now. This image that's on screen right now, it's just a photo of the battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Oh.
And they've just blurred it. They've just they've just blurred it down a little bit. So
I was thinking it was the Crab Nebula or
Close,
something
but
like
no
that.
Cupid doll. It's the Death Star #2 going up. That's the what do you call it? The cosmic background radiation.
Bill,
from
how
the
do you
Death Star.
explain the blue streaks then?
Yeah.
Checkmate, Globetard.
Well, I think
God.
Microraptor is onto something in chat. He snipes people with mortar weapons. So JM is a mortar sniper. Surgeon. Physicist.
JM played Clash of Clans for a year and thought it made him an expert on military.
Damn it.
Let's rewind this just a tiny bit to see exactly what this is.
Okay.
I'm actually curious.
Well, you're going to need to go further because that's the
What
same
has
image.
he done to that photo?
He's just adjusting different sliders back and forth to say that it's fake.
Oh,
there we go.
God.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Obviously. But I have a sneaky suspicion this is not at all what it appears to
A
be.
sneaky suspicion. Okay.
All right. I didn't see. Did anyone
look
see
at that.
what slider he's sliding?
The brightness, I believe.
Brightness.
Yeah, brightness level.
Oh boy! What are we gonna find if we turn down the brightness?
Ooh.
If you turn the brightness all the way down,
know
you're going to
this.
find that that's not an image of anything. Blackness.
No, it's just funny because normally if you're looking for something, you might want to turn the brightness up.
Yeah.
Turning it down isn't going to reveal anything new.
But JM doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they delivered my pizza in time for this. God damn it.
We've been going for 2.5 hours, and we're still just sitting here having fun doing this.
I hope I've revitalized it. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
just keep going.
I'm down.
Yeah.
The energy of the youth.
Oh,
wow! Look at
he
that.
definitely
Ooh,
figured it out there.
hidden message, bro.
Yeah, hidden message.
I think I see sex written upside down.
Oh, I see a sperm in the
Wait,
center of the screen. That's a giant sperm right there. Is what it is.
I just felt the disturbance in the
One,
force. Like
one singular sperm.
Yeah, it's just one singular gigantic sperm.
Oh god.
This is the origin of creation, guys.
Exactly.
It's the God sperm creating the universe.
What's he gonna say?
No,
He's gonna say this is the real Big Bang.
It's a close-up of his fucking bed sheets, guys. He just stuck the camera in and took a snap. Definitely bed sheets.
He took like a pillowcase. He held it over his computer screen, then pulled out his Nikon P900 camera with the flash set to max, and then took a picture through the pillow sheet of this camera. That's how he got this.
Bob,
Just a jumbled mess of bullshit.
JM, are you mad? Have you not read Green Lantern? You're not supposed to look at the beginning of the universe.
Oh no.
all right, what does he actually say?
We have another composite image, and these folks are not stars. They are.
What are they?
What are they? Expert.
It looks like they are light sources, almost like.
Almost like stars?
Almost like stars.
Yeah.
They're not stars. They're light sources. Oh, how can we be so foolish?
Damn. JM,
Time
you
to
have
drop
just
out of college.
the flat Earth.
Oh god.
But wait, remember I said that he was going to say that they used lasers or something to make this image, and here he is saying that they used lights
You
and
were
shit
right.
to make the image.
I got to give you a point for that. I mean, we're not keeping track of points, but you definitely got a point for that.
Oh, how did I know? You know what? I don't even need to ask how I know that. I know exactly why I know that. That's because he says the same shit for everything.
Yeah,
Damn it.
really
You almost made me choke on my thin crust.
How do you choke on a thin crust?
You need to be choking on some fucking Chicago-style stuffed pizza.
Oh, Chicago's disgusting. I hate Chicago.
No,
pizza.
it's not.
Oh, it's the
Yes,
best.
it is. Chicago-style pizza is absolute.
Give me some Lou Malnati's Italian sausage stuffed pizza.
Chinos, all
Go
the way.
ahead. Go ahead, Boomer.
Tony Regime brings out one in the chat. That's the sun shining out of his butt from his point of view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying he has his head up his own ass? We should ask him if it's hard to breathe up there.
I don't know,
why
but
all
it
he
smells
does
like
is
shit
hears
in
his
there.
And this
He just lives in here shit.
this is exactly why we at Bunker 33 chose JM Truth as top left.
Oh, was he your nomination?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's our nomination. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
give us another 10 seconds. I want to see where he's going.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see too. I'm actually curious.
Something with holes in it. I'm guessing. So okay,
Oh,
this
he's guessing.
line, this supposed shine mark. I
Supposed.
think they want you to believe it came from the lens. It's like a lens flare. Doesn't necessarily look like a lens flare to me, but we're gonna cancel that out, and I'm gonna go over here to exposure.
Yes. Why don't you show your 3 viewers how the exposure change will affect this?
Yeah. Huh.
I do have to say, these are some
Yeah, see-
really basic photo
See how
editing
this
techniques he's doing
here
here.
doesn't actually change much. It
Oh my god, dude.
this is not what would happen if this was a photograph of whatever is behind here.
What are you
This
talking
is
about?
this is completely cut out to give the image of a bright space. The problem with this is I should be able to change the levels, and we should see some change here in this.
Why would you see change there?
Notice how it's white and it used to be blue. Is that not a
Exactly.
change?
Yeah, that too.
But like, he's
I'm
like,
also noticing a bit of good old-fashioned lens flare from the center, right where his wonderful little entity is. So, and I'm not even a photographer, and yet, oh god, I even know he's wanking.
well, I'm
me
not
up.
one either, but all he's doing right now is just making the brights brighter and the darks darker.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty much what the exposure slider. I mean, that's more what the contrast slider does, but exposure does something similar.
Gamma.
So
Yeah.
he's
He's
so he's-
adjusting the gamma. He's adjusting
Yeah.
the gamma is all he's doing.
so he's basically dumbass Tide.
So he's adjusting the Austin Whitsitt insult.
See, look, I can do it
Ooh.
too. I can do this too. Look, edit filters. You'll see it on the live stream. I'll add a filter to the video itself. Color correction. Look, I'm going to adjust the gamma.
Ah, Zoomy Truth here. You could start a different channel called Zoomy
ZM
Truth.
Truth.
ZM
Truth.
Now, oh no!
That was me adjusting the
Oh,
gamma up.
shit.
Now I'm going to adjust the contrast. See what that does. That's what he was doing. He was adjusting contrast.
You want to know what happens when you adjust the
Yeah.
contrast? The contrast changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
Jam
that funny?
is just finding that out too.
Yeah. I've been
He's
doing
using
this.
some of the most basic editing techniques that exist. Like
You can do that in OBS.
changing the contrast, changing the gamma. These are things that a fucking iPhone can do on its camera in real time.
No,
Like-
we're talking. You are talking 60s black and white TV technology here. That's how
Yeah.
far back into history he's gone. for
True,
this.
true. But like
Wow.
you don't need Adobe Photoshop to do this.
Uh,
And also, Photoshop is not a photo analysis tool, so I don't know
No,
what he
it's
thinks
not.
he's doing here.
No, it's not.
According to Flurfs, it is, but Flurfs don't know what photo analysis is. So
One of these days, I'm gonna edit a photo of Nathan Thompson like shitting in the street or something, and then save it as a raw file, and then just say, "Oh well, I took this as a raw file, so therefore it definitely happened, not edited in any way."
do it in reverse. That'd be great. Watching Nathan Thompson shitting in reverse. That'd be fucking excellent. Let's Photoshop it up.
How the hell would you do that?
Just film it in real time and then reverse it like you do.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's, yeah.
I'd have to travel across the country to film that, and I'm not doing that just to see his ugly ass face.
Oh no! You don't do that. You just do it with plasticine or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll open up
Play-Doh.
my interdimensional portal. I'll jump into the sun, and then I'll teleport over to where he is.
Well, we have a teleportation technology here at the bunker, so you can just use that. It's in the room right across from the cocaine room.
Teleportation technology is
I
actually
just
from
use it to
the
grab
Croatian
handfuls of
Convention
cocaine while I'm sitting on the
1933.
couch.
Yeah, it's right across the cocaine room, so you can literally just reach into it, grab cocaine from the cocaine room, and like Cladius uses it.
Oh, if I reach into my mug that's sitting next to me, will my hand come out in the cocaine room?
Wait,
If there's
Is
a portal there, yeah.
Is this a NASA modified mug?
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
It's
the letter N appears on the trademark here. So if I just stick my hand in,
it's
you should
worse
be able
than
oh shit! 5
it's
pounds of
worse-
coke. Here we go. Sweet, thanks guys.
You're welcome.
it's actually worse than the Jedi Christmas party. Once all the Jedi have had a few bit of space coke and stuff like that, and death sticks. Oh, mate, Yoda is a little prick with the Force. He keeps touching everybody up, but you'll find that out in the future.
wait a minute. That was a teleporter room? Holy shit! I've
Oh,
been
you
throwing,
didn't know?
I've been throwing the bunker
know.
garbage in there.
I've been taking a dump
Oh,
in there.
where all
Oh
the
my
shit in my
god!
dorm room came from.
Oh, the humanity.
Oh fuck you, Bob. Come on, what the hell, dude?
I didn't know. You usually gotta label it.
How the hell did all this shit show up on my chair? Oh, it's because you threw it and it sprouted out of my cup.
You might want to stand
So-
back from the room, mate. There's some real good cargo coming through in a few minutes. Okay.
So we make it one more person in here. They haven't said if they're coming or not. I know that they're actually on vacation right now,
Okay.
but I just sent them the link. So Punchy may be here in just a minute to laugh
Oh.
at JM.
Wait.
Well,
Great.
can we come up to 3 hours, man? So we might need to wrap it pretty soon. But okay, a little bit.
Well,
of
well,
punchy
if
goes
it's
along with our
past
show.
your bedtime, Booma, you can go to bed.
No, it's not. It's just okay.
But okay, pick another spot. Who hasn't picked a spot yet?
Dave.
Oh,
go ahead,
I
pick a
haven't.
spot. Oh, or Puma.
Yeah, second Bob.
I was going to say, give me 1:11:11. So 1 hour 11 minutes 11 seconds. Can we do that?
Yeah.
I mean, if we do that, I have a prediction of what we're gonna hear. We're gonna hear, guys. I'm making a documentary. Watch my documentary. I'm also writing a book. I'm starting a school. Zumi, I think he said 111.11.
And I'm
I
going to
did
take
say
101.11 is another ass shot.
yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna take,
111.
Jam likes the ass shots.
I've seen enough of those today.
Add 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say I'll
yeah.
take 10 minutes after this one just to even it out.
As a matter of interest, too, we'll be here all week, so don't forget to tip your waitresses. It's important. Oh my God, it's another module.
Yeah, we've already gone through this.
We're
We've
still
already-
here.
Oh,
huh?
that's
Because
true. Yeah, we
earlier.
have. Sorry.
Yeah,
We've
we
been
already
talking
did
about
this.
it for 20 minutes.
Give us 11:11. Go back to the start then. 11:11:11.
11:11.
11:11.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you. Oh God, don't you love
Oh,
technology?
great. Here we go.
Oh, great.
Oh, no.
Hey, guys, that's a
Well done,
Photoshop lens flare on the Earth there.
Oh,
It looks like
Punchy
they've just
said his
added in
internet's
this little
too
arc.
bad, so he won't be jumping in.
Yeah, Punchy. Yeah, internet in hotels is usually trash.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
go
he's
ahead
at a
and-
ski resort. He's
That's
snowboarding
probably
for the
even
weekend.
worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably even worse because nobody gets on the internet there.
Yeah.
I assume he's like in Vail or one of them places. So
Let's do this.
Somewhere in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this.
Well, it's midnight over there, isn't it? Is it getting close to midnight in Canada-ish? Or
For him, it's 11:15.
Well, how's he going to be
Oh, I
snowboarding? You
forgot.
got
I'm
night,
on the early side of this continent.
have you got
I'm
night
on the late
vision or
side. It's
something?
12:15 a.m.
How does he,
9:15 for me.
How do you snowboard at midnight? Do you have a midnight sun up there or something?
Well, he's not snowboarding anymore. That's why he was going to jump on the stream, but his internet sucked.
Oh,
Do you think he was going to
okay.
join and we'd see him skiing on his boats?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was hoping. I was
He's
looking for the
going down a
bobsled run.
double black diamond with his phone in front of his face. Trying
I
to
mean,
get on
I
the stream.
would.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
I used to ski at night though. Where I went to college, there was a ski resort like 15 minutes away, and every Tuesday night from 8 p.m. to midnight, they had college night. It was $5 for lift ticket, and then $5 for ski rental or $10 for snowboard rental. So
That
for
is
$10, you
cheap.
can ski for 4 hours at night.
That is
and they
really,
had
really
lights and
cheap.
everything.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
cheap.
But
It would
all you had
cost
to do
me
is show your
10
college
times
ID.
as much.
It was a lot more expensive if you weren't with a college, but if you had a college ID, you just show that, and then $10 gets you on the slopes for 4 hours.
But yeah, Microraptor put it best. He's so far left and so far up. He's not even on the graph anymore. He's so far top left. He's so far top left. He's not even on the graph.
So everyone here should know Professor Kyle Adams. The first time I ever saw anything from Kyle Adams, the only thing I could think is, oh my God, it's JM 2.0.
Oh yeah, Professor in quotation marks.
Yeah. But that you still can't replace the original JM Trooth. There's just so much derpitude with JM Trooth.
Yeah.
It constant stream. He is as consistent as Leaky with the amount of content that he puts out.
Yeah.
Like, it just never ends.
Yeah. And the good thing about JM Truth though is like Quiddy said earlier, you can jump to any part of any stream he ever did and find something fucking hilarious that he said.
Within 10 seconds, he will say
what we
something
found
stupid.
here.
Yeah. So we're gonna find more JM streams for the next few weeks, and we're going to do this at the end of each show for JM month.
Yeah.
We're just going to find a stream and just jump to random times and laugh at the stupid thing he says at that time.
Yeah.
So what does he say at 11:11?
We'll see. And this is allegedly what we would see from space. Now, what the heck this is, I don't know. This isn't even...
That's
the
called a
accurate
sunrise.
I'm so good at guessing this, dude. Every time, I'm like, he's gonna talk about this thing, and then he does. He's so predictable.
We might have to come up with a point system for this, and Draco, you're gonna have to come back, and we'll just keep score over the next few weeks and see who can guess the JM derp.
I also love how JM unironically has a flat Earth map in his back on the back wall, which is the AE map, also, which is a projection of the globe.
Yep.
So he has a globe map on his wall.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting to say that it was the rift into the freaking Tron universe.
No,
The
that's
Tron universe.
the Tron.
Oh,
Tron.
Tron.
That's beyond the cocaine room, about 3 doors down, sweetie.
I wonder if he's going to comment on what looks like Aurora Borealis on the upper left part of the screen. I don't know if it is or not.
I don't think
but
so. It looks too
considering it's
south.
orbiting over, the southern tip of Florida there, that would be some far south Aurora Borealis. Now, I do know you can see it in like Chicago and the lower Great Lake areas, but it's rare there.
I think
We do have altitude. We have altitude on our side here, though, because we don't know that white section, how far that actually is. So it could actually be almost enough to
that
similar
bright
reaction.
section, I can tell you what all these little bright dots are. That super bright one on the left center, that's Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the one
Starbucks?
directly above it, I believe, would be Knoxville, Tennessee.
Can you see the Starbucks there?
Not quite. The one from Atlanta going going kind of up and to the left.
That's Starbucks.
I believe that would be Nashville.
No,
I'm not entirely sure, but I
Atlanta,
believe it would be. So then you're looking at
he's talking about the top center here. Yeah, that's Atlanta, and then above it is Knoxville, and then one above there, I believe, is Nashville, and then the one to the right of that,
three farthest north that we can see, I believe, would be like Cincinnati in the middle, and possibly Indianapolis.
I think you're going a little bit too far north.
Or that may be Lexington, Kentucky in the middle.
The one I'm pointing to right now, that's Columbia.
No.
That's Columbia. I'm saying that's Columbia, South Carolina.
No, it's not. That's Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston. Always get Charleston and Columbia mixed up. Sorry.
Yeah, those top three. I think you're going too far north on those top three. I'm pretty sure one of those is Memphis.
No, Memphis would be like the very far edge of the left. Like we're just seeing the suburbs of Memphis over there. So I believe that's probably like Lexington.
Oh, you're talking about the other ones. Oh, I see.
Yeah, like the farthest north that you can see. One's probably Lexington, one's probably Frankfurt, and one's Louisville, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Anyway, let's continue here.
Then in Florida, we've got obviously Tampa, we've got Miami, Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of lights in Florida.
Yep, and not a whole lot else.
Yeah, I mean, with Florida, it's not about the heat; it's the stupidity.
Yeah, yeah. That's literally a density map of stupidity that we're looking at for Florida right there.
Here's how you measure this map. One little dot is one negative IQ point.
Yeah.
So you just look at you look at that map. The more dots you see, the more negative the average IQ is.
Yeah, in Florida at least. In Florida.
So you can see down there in like Orlando, you've got really low IQs there.
There is a super bright area of stupidity right around where I live.
Yeah.
It's kind of covered up by the solar panel, but you can see the edge of it there.
I mean, that doesn't really surprise me,
I mean, that, I would say that's the lights of Charlotte, but it's probably the stupidity because there are a lot of stupid people in Charlotte.
PJ CNET, it's not a representation of where lighting would be. This is literally a photo of where the lighting actually is in real time.
Oh, we're definitely not.
This is a photo of where the stupid people are in real time.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about overpopulation?
Why?
What?
Yeah.
A light density map has nothing to do with What are you talking about?
PJ, see that you're not contributing to that because that involves having sex. So you're definitely off the list.
Oh, I just saw Facty. Yes, MC Toon put him in his place. That was beautiful. We were talking about that before the stream started. Booma hasn't seen Mr. Sensible and MC Toon's videos on it yet, and I told him he needs to go watch them.
Well, you can give us a bit of a background right now, and that way I can just go and smoke weed later. That makes works for me.
Well,
Yeah.
probably
Also,
smoke weed and then watch both of those videos.
yeah, Microraptor is completely
Like-
correct. JM should get the NASA Bunker upgrade to the P1000. It's the PNIS 69.
Oh, the penis 69.
Yeah, the PNIS
Well,
69.
he should get the Pin 1569.
Or that, the Pin 15. The Pin 15, though, is just a downgrade from the PNIS.
I was just typing it in chat, you bastards. I suppose that's great minds or fools seldom
Or the-
differ or something, but I was just
or the-
typing it when you said it.
I
could also-
personally prefer the PU double dollar yen is actually my favorite.
Oh, yeah, PU
model
double
of
dollar
camera.
yen
I don't know
is
if you
good.
know about the PU double dollar yen. It's a really
Yeah.
excellent one.
Yeah.
But see, he's
That
still,
reminds me of that thing we used to eat all the time back in the day. I forget the name of it now though, but yeah, we
But
ate
see-
that stuff all the time back then.
But see, he's stuck
Candy
on
bar.
he's stuck on the ID10T model.
Yeah, he is.
He's
The
definitely-
ID10T.
He's got the
ID10T is so
ID9T
popular.
model. He's not even to the ID10T.
The ID10T is it's so popular, but just so bad.
Yeah, all
I've
the
got
parts
closed
have it.
captions on, guys, but it's not working for me. What the fuck are we talking about here? I'm more lost than fucking JM Truth in a fucking
Well,
intelligence.
maybe
booth.
you should smoke some more weed and Sumi, you should play a few more seconds. I want to see what he says the sunrise
I've
is.
been analyzing the cities here. We want to see what he
Yeah.
says.
The light around the globe. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. I'm going to go
Oh,
image,
please do.
adjust, and I'm just going to go right to exposure.
Oh, God, again. Turning the brightness.
Whoa! Look at that, guys!
Look at
Whoa!
that. If you turn the brightness up on it, it gets brighter.
Isn't
Holy
that
fuck.
fucking crazy? Oh my god!
Yeah, like you turn the gamma up or the brightness up or the contrast up, it gets brighter. Who would have
Guys.
thought?
Hey guys, if
Titan.
I press the increase volume button, the volume goes up. What?
It does. I didn't
No
know
way.
that. I didn't know that.
This sorcery knows no bounds. We must stop it. We've got to cast this to the high bits of hell, guys.
Wait.
We need an extra.
Oh my
power.
god.
Wait, so
I
he's a
changed the
witch.
volume and your voices got less. You're all
Speak-
fake. Oh god,
Speaking
no.
of volume, though,
I pressed the power button and my
Never
computer
forget.
turned off.
never forget that JM is the person that said that light and sound are the same thing.
Yeah.
What? So
JM
clearly his
in a
parents didn't love
debate
him.
claimed
So hold
that
on.
light and sound were the same thing,
So
and that's why
clearly-
every time JM after that would come into a debate or anything, people would be like, "You need to turn your lights on. I can't hear you."
Clearly, JM's parents didn't love him as a kid because they
Still
didn't
though,
take him,
guys.
because they didn't
You can
take him to any fireworks shows where you can clearly see the firework exploding, but you don't hear it for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
you
if
can go
this-
to. If you take anything and anything, you can always connect them like JM Truth if you use enough lies. And JM knows how to do those lies. He just doesn't do it very well.
Just like
Yeah, I actually
No,
noticed that
JM
in-
doesn't know how to do that. He's just that stupid.
yeah.
Well, if you know how to do something, but you're just not good at it, you can still get it right some of the time.
Like this is literally like watching one monkey with a typewriter trying to produce Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Well, if we let him go for long enough, he'll eventually get there.
Yeah, it's going to be several millennia.
Oh no, way longer than that.
Way longer than that.
It's
Several
gonna take
million
literally
millennia.
it's gonna take infinity years for that to happen.
To be
Oh,
fair,
you haven't been to our Infinity Room yet?
Well, I mean, I'm sure you've got a monkey on a typewriter working in
Yeah,
there. But
we've got an Infinity Room with an entire team of monkeys on typewriters.
have you produced anything of value yet?
So far,
What
the
about
only thing
video
they've
script?
produced is it's the best of time. It was the best of times. It was the blurst of times.
Oh no, you got to drink a shot every time there's a Simpsons reference. You got to have a shot of fucking tequila. Did you not know that new one? Oh dear,
No,
we're becoming alcoholics.
Well,
Me?
let me
Well,
go
I'm-
get my
I'm
bottle
too,
of tequila.
I'm too
because
young to
that's-
drink, so I don't think I can do that.
That's
I
at
gotta-
least two Simpson references that I've made in this stream.
I have a very important question about the monkeys. How many of them have turned into the face of Bo?
Only one, but we took care of that.
We did have one smart ass
His name was
monkey use some
Mojo,
math.
and we
One
loved
monkey
him.
used some math.
Yeah.
He came up with E equals
I'll
MC
pray
to the
for
2.
Mojo.
So I sacked him.
Yeah.
T
Yeah, there was
equals
that one.
hc squared. Einstein's famous equation.
He just AC. But no, the
equals
worst
HC
thing
squared.
the worst thing that they've come up is with one of JM Truth's scripts. We had him taken out back and shot.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't like that monkey very much.
No, we didn't.
Okay, another time. What do we want?
I've got a number picked, 42.
Oh, 42.
Okay.
Perfect.
A meaning to life, the universe, and everything. Or is it? I don't know. Kevin really seems to.
Oh God.
He really seems to have an issue with that, huh?
Poor Kevin. He just didn't know what was going on.
And Vogon poetry.
And then he brought in his friend, who then disproved
debunked
him.
him.
I was cackling
He kept
so
saying,
hard.
"My neighbor, who's a scientist,
He's a
would
peer
disprove
reviewer."
you." Blah blah blah. So he brings him on. The guy's like,
and the
yeah,
guy's like,
FEFE's
"Yes,
right."
you have to have tangential speed at one point."
Oh, that was a beautiful own goal
I
right there.
I lost
kicked
my
an own
mind
goal.
when that happened. I was playing Warzone at the time, and I just couldn't even continue. I just had to stop and just stare at the screen because it was so funny.
Well,
And then I died.
let's watch what JM said about this. Whatever.
All right.
Oh boy.
More cut lines. Okay. Anyone who tells you that's not cut and blending is either doesn't know
Probably knows that
anything
you're a
about
dumbass.
photography.
Hey, JM, did you know that images are made of pixels, and pixels happen to be squares? So they will always look like straight cut lines?
Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you mess with the gamma contrast or the brightness.
And especially if you have JPEG compression in these images.
Yeah.
And from what I saw when I had you rewind it earlier so we could look at that little drop-down menu, I noticed that the picture that I was looking for was a .jpeg, which has compression, which will produce artifacts like that. JM, are you downloading the low-res images and trying to prove that they're fake instead of the actual high-res images?
Yeah, because if you're downloading the high res, they'll be usually in PNG format. Or in RAW format. RAW format.
I don't think JM knows the difference between a JPEG and a PNG.
No, he definitely doesn't.
Oh, he probably thinks it's pronounced GIF.
But it is though.
Oh God.
It is pronounced GIF.
It's pronounced GIF.
Choosy moms choose GIF.
Yeah.
But then they'll send you a GIF.
A GIF of a
Honestly, I'm so inconsistent with how I pronounce that word.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be saying GIF, and just randomly.
Yeah.
Can you send me that GIF real quick?
Yeah, I'll do the same thing.
I mean, I've always pronounced it GIF, and then I found out that there was a huge argument about how to pronounce it, and someone said the guy that created it called it GIF. I was like, oh, so I was right. Cool.
No, the creator called it GIF.
Then
The creator called it GIF.
Some abomination of a linguist tried to say it's pronounced YIF.
Well, if you're from one of those stupid
yeah,
countries that don't speak American, then G's can be Y's.
In Spanish, George's is Jorge.
Yeah.
So it would be a hit in Española, I guess. I don't know. Where's she would know that, wouldn't she? She speaks Spanish. It's a hit.
Well, I speak Spanish.
Jose,
but you never think to ask me.
Is it a hit or not? Is it his?
It's because your name is Quiddies. I mean, what person with a Q in their name speaks Spanish?
Well, you're thinking of J. J in Spanish is an H sound.
Yep.
No, Jorge. Jorge Lorenzo is George's. Jorge is George's, I guess. That might
It's
be
Jorges.
Yeah.
But the G can also be H or it can be a hard G.
Yeah.
Spanish is kind of a weird language. because an L can either be L or Y.
French is better.
Yeah,
Captain
well,
Obvious.
all
Every
those
fucking
European
language is a
countries
hard.
kind of fuck their languages up. That's why we speak American.
I speak French and I hate it, dude. It's so bad.
Hey, Captain Obvious, every language is a fucked up language when English is your base language. All the others are in line. We're the ones that are fucked up, but we just keep it to ourselves.
Yeah, but see, every country in the world has at least some people that speak English, so it's
true.
Yeah. Franca now.
Yeah.
Well, I think about it like this. If you're a pilot, guess what language you have to speak?
English.
Korean.
Because every every flight command center, every tower speaks English. All communications between airplanes are in English.
And also,
so
if you want
pilots
to be a
have to speak English.
scientist, if you want to be a scientist, you either have to speak German or English because those are the two that are the language of science.
And Latin, because scientists
Well,
and doctors and everything, they fucking love their Latin.
No, actually, there's a reason they love Latin. It's because if you happen to have a problem on, say, a flight, and you've got a French doctor and I'm an English doctor, a cardio, we both know a cardio arrest is a heart attack. And the same in legal, that goes back to the Roman Empire. And it's also their way of keeping it. But yeah, that's why it's used across medical.
Oh yeah, the thing about the Q, Don Quixote had a Q in his name and speaks Spanish. Quixote is a Spanish name.
Which of course has
good old Don Quixote.
all my One Piece fans know how to pronounce that
Yeah.
one.
And K is a word in Spanish. K, which means what?
Well, they're all romantic languages that came from Latin, so they're probably got the same alphabet as opposed to the Greek alphabet.
French.
Yeah, they don't run the Greek or the Russian alphabet, so they're probably going to have all the letters, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what JM's talking about.
Bastante. I just asked if you're a Pole.
¿Qué total está la biblioteca?
Es que te encien?
I
asked if you're a bitch.
¿De dónde es la biblioteca? You know what that means?
I don't know where the library is. You're gonna have to tell me.
Graphic design and does not understand what they're looking at. And the only reason that they would say it, possibly, would be to try to discredit.
Yeah, why don't you make the entire photo white? So
clearly a cut line, folks. All right, and that's not the Black Sea. That is a.
Then what is it?
Photorealistic.
And also, it translates to I don't bargain, pumpkin fucker.
Hey guys,
so when I was in...
so that's not a photo of the Black Sea. It's a photorealistic fake image of the Black Sea.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When I was in high school, one of my Spanish classes, we had to write a song in Spanish. So the song that I wrote was a metal song, and the lyrics were "Yo necesito un baño grande, yo quiero cerveza, yo quiero cabeza," which translates into "I need a large bathroom, I want beer, I want head."
Yeah.
Well, actually, guys, a couple there. I thought it was a bit rich. JM Trooth saying a few seconds earlier that someone doesn't know what they're doing, because I mean that's the pot meeting the kettle. Microraptor brings one up. Let's solve this by saying graphics interchange format on the GIF thing. If it's graphics, it means GIF. It's not a GIF, guys. We now have it allegedly from the horse's mouth.
Nah, shut up. You're Australian. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yep, Microraptor's right.
Hey, fucking colonial tea thieves. Hey, you guys are the colonial tea thieves, so don't throw at me about
Yeah, well, you guys elected ScoMo, so...
Yeah. And you guys elected Trump. Come on.
I knew you were going to say that as soon as I said that.
Good point.
Boomer, I'm on your side for once. It's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense. Come on.
No, it's Jif.
It's Jif. It's definitely Jif.
everyone knows the peanut butter more than they do graphic whatever the hell you said.
Interchange
So,
format, yeah.
Well, here's the
so
problem, guys. They're telling you Americans we eat Vegemite, and you guys are believing us. We don't eat Vegemite, dudes. It's actual grease, paint stripper, and meat tenderizer. No one eats this shit. But anyway, you guys can enjoy it.
But you guys tell us we do, so then our dumbasses are like, "Oh, they eat it. Let's buy it and do a food challenge where we eat it."
Vegemite tastes like shit, dude. I've tried Vegemite. It tastes so bad.
Yeah,
I hate
Americans
it.
are that stupid that people will be like, "Oh, this is considered a delicacy in my country, and it's fucking fermented rotten fish." And so Americans eat it and vomit all over everything, and the Nordic people are just laughing their asses off at it.
It's like in Japan they have natto, which is fermented soybeans.
Oh yeah, natto.
And it,
yeah,
and
God,
it looks so bad. And sometimes Japanese people they'll be like, "Oh yeah, everyone loves natto, dude. It's like our favorite. It's like our favorite snack." And then people try it, and they're like, "This is fucking disgusting." And the truth is that not that many people like natto.
No, nobody likes natto.
Well, Japan also has a type of rotten fermented fish as well that was the predecessor to sushi.
Well, yeah, it was.
I learned that from the show An Idiot Abroad.
It was raw fish, but it wasn't clean.
Yeah.
But now
they basically just cut the fish in half and then let it rot and ferment and then ate it.
Well, I mean, the way they used to make sake was to literally chew up rice and then spit it back out and let it ferment for a while.
Yeah, the bacteria in their mouth, and I guess there was some yeast in their mouth too from something, would ferment it.
But yeah, but one thing that is a delicacy though, kimchi, which is really good. But if you get the really good one, it's really fucking spicy.
Kimchi.
Kimchi. It's Korean.
Kimchi Hung. It's actually the next prime minister of South Korea.
Kimchi.
Oh, the real nasty one is Hakarl. Holy shit.
Is it what?
Hakarl.
Hakarl.
You've never.
Hot Carl? What?
Hakarl. It's basking shark.
Yeah.
Oh,
what they do is they dig a pit on the beach, throw it in there for a couple of months, and when it comes out, it's slightly less toxic than it was.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's that shit that tastes like smells like piss, right?
Yeah.
It's got that ammonia smell. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, here we have head cheese. We call it souse meat, but most people know it as head cheese, and people eat that here. And I'll talk about it. I'll be like,
here we have
eat
fucking
head cheese here.
dishwasher
Like,
fish.
that's a breakfast meat in the South. But it's really not. Like I haven't had head cheese in like 8 years.
Dude, here we fucking have dishwasher fish. Have you heard of that?
Oh god.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
You wrap fish in I shit you not. This is a real thing. You wrap fish in aluminum foil, stick it in the dishwasher, and then run it. And then apparently it'll cook it.
Yes.
And it's eaten by like people in like 2 small hamlets in Texas.
I have a really good pineapple pizza recipe.
Oh, shut up!
You guys
shut up!
Stop! Hear me out.
Stop!
Hear me
No!
out.
No!
No! Hear me out.
No!
Here's what you do.
No!
Okay, all right. Come on, guys.
Here's what you do. You take a pizza and you dump like 5 cans of pineapple.
No, stop talking.
And then you wrap it in tin foil.
Zoomy
and
kick him.
You go out into a cow pasture and you dig up about 5 pounds of cow shit and you pack that around the tin foil.
He's muted. He's muted.
You don't want it to get inside the tin foil.
He's still talking.
So make sure the cow shit's on the outside of the tin foil. Then you put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 2 hours.
He's muted again.
And then you take it out.
God damn it.
Yeah, I can see my fucking mute button. It's not
Keep
going to work.
going. Let him finish, Scott. Let him finish. This is great.
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Okay, I'm just going to start over since you
No,
guys.
That's
what
enough.
you do, you take a pizza
Right.
and you pour about 5
Okay,
cans of
so
pineapple
I've
on
got something more. I've got something more appetizing than what you just described. Piss in a
it.
jar
Well,
and
as
drink
soon
it.
as I finish it, you can
Let him
tell
finish.
us. So
No.
you take a pizza and you pour
Oh my
about
God.
5 cans of pineapple on it, and then you wrap it in tin foil. Give the tin foil good and tight. Go out to cow pasture, dig up about 5 pounds of cow shit, and pack it around the tin foil. Don't let it get inside. Keep the shit and the pizza separate. Put it in the oven 350 degrees for about 2 hours. And then you take it out and you throw the pizza away and you eat the cow shit. And that's how you make
Yay.
pineapple pizza.
Yay! He got to the end.
Oh,
Nice.
so you just eat cow shit, basically.
Yeah, it's better than pineapple pizza.
Oh God.
Yeah, well, I can't forgive you for even saying the words PP pizza.
Well, funnily enough, guys, we have a place here that does a pizza that's a cheese and tomato base with apples, strawberries, pineapple.
Apples on pizza.
No.
Apple, banana, pineapple, and strawberry.
Okay, so there's a delicacy in Wisconsin that's called the cannibal sandwich.
Ah, I've had one of those.
Yeah,
Those
they
are good.
take raw hamburger meat and put it in between 2 pieces of bread and eat it. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's literally just raw meat.
So it's low rent steak tartare.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It honestly, I said it was good about 5 seconds ago, but that was a joke. It actually tastes like shit.
Yeah, it tastes like shit.
But hey,
Anyway.
the Minnesota State Fair is famous for frying everything.
Yeah.
So we have like fried pickles and stuff. But a few
Let's go
years
back up
ago, a few years ago, they actually made corn dog pizza,
Ooh,
and it actually tastes better than it sounds.
sounds interesting.
They made a
But-
corn dog, they split it in half, and they put it on the pizza.
Well, anyway, let's get back to the topic and laugh at JM
Yes,
instead.
good idea. Yes.
Rocky
Digital
Mountain
painter
Boys,
is what that is.
That's all.
Okay. Look,
Is this JM playing that music?
Yeah.
photorealistic
Yeah.
digital painting. All these swirly things, really? Like for real?
Like for real. That is the best debunk I've ever heard.
Like,
Hey,
for
you
real.
know what? You know what I have to say to that? You know what I have to
For
say
real.
to that? Hey, flat Earth for real? Boom, done. You can't respond to that, JM.
Well, I like the Jimmy from South Park when he's trying to get the Crips and Bloods to hang out, and he just goes, I mean, come on.
Come on.
Just
They're like,
just chill.
okay.
I mean, come on, guys, just chill out. Oh shit! Why didn't we think of that?
But so JM's quote unquote expertise in photograph is sliding the gamma bar.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
it.
That is the extent of his mastery, his
Yeah,
incredible skill.
He has called himself a CGI expert. This is his expertise in CGI.
Yeah, just sliding a bar.
That's right.
That's not how you. That's not how you. That's not.
And then saying, like, for real?
Good.
Now, as for what those swirly patterns are, I imagine that there are areas of warmer and or shallower water, but I
Yeah.
have to actually look into that.
Probably.
Yeah. Or it could even be an algae bloom.
Or it could be
There are a lot of
any
things.
number of other things, and you
Yeah.
could probably really easily find out if you went to Google for 5 fucking seconds.
Or could
Guys,
be
Yeah.
atmosphere.
If you found out the date that picture was taken, then you could Google it and find out
Well,
what
I
was
mean,
going on.
Yeah.
Now we
Hey,
know.
look, guys,
Hey, speaking of
if
looking
it-
in the
if
top
it's
right
not-
corner, we now know his full name, Joshua
JM
Michael.
Denari.
Oh,
Jer-
he's said as
Jermieri.
Joshua Michael Gennari
Yeah.
a bunch
if
of
it's
times.
if it's JM Trooth, guys, one thing you can be dependent, or any flirt for that matter, it's a blanket rule. They don't look for things other than shiny things. Once it's that, shiny things, they just go for it. They hone in. They didn't put any thought into this.
But I
If
like
they did, they would come to a
he's-
fair conclusion.
It's
See,
like a
he's-
bird
he's
building a
ignoring-
nest. It's going to
He's
see the
ignoring
shiny
something
thing
real
around.
obvious. He's ignoring the really obvious, the amazing globe debunk that photo of the lake that he's looking at. It's not about the swirly pattern. It's that it's actually just a picture of his dick tinted blue. I mean, look, you've
Yeah,
got the two balls and then the shaft right
That
there.
is the perfect shape. Yeah, that is the
Oh,
strongest
yeah.
shape. That is the
It's
strongest
the
shape.
exact size and shape of his dick. Like
Yeah.
You got some really interesting pareidolia there. Okay, I can't see a dick in there at all, but I'm not
Dude,
really
I'm-
looking for
I'm-
one.
I'm a guy.
I mean, that
I'm
is
a guy
being
under
generous,
20.
though, on the dick
I can see a
size.
dick in everything.
And if you look,
Evidently.
if you look closer, it has kitty ears on it.
As what?
Kitty ears.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're looking at.
See the
Yeah.
kitty ears? It has kitty ears on
I
it.
don't want to imagine how that phenomenon
That-
happened.
that's the pubes.
On the end of the shaft.
On the end of the shaft? What?
Yes.
Okay.
Quinnies, are you okay, bro? You might want to get that looked at.
No, it's not me. It's JM.
Yeah.
JM's the one that has
The
hair
hairy,
growing out of
hairy-
the end of
Oh,
the
JM, it's totally normal. You don't even need to worry about that.
Yeah.
Just let it grow. And if they grow bigger, don't worry about it.
Let's just continue.
It's too
I've
funny.
scared off the
This
few
is so
viewers we
fun.
have left.
NASA, you guys are a bunch of morons.
It took
The Black
them
Sea
a
photo.
good
Look,
5
you know, you can't look
seconds
at.
to
It
come
does
up
have like
with
a
the word
ticket.
moron.
Yeah. Hang on, which one? I've got a word for this. I've got a word. You're a bunch of. Oh, that's
You guys are a bunch of.
Wait,
Oh.
let's look at this list. Okay, we've got
guys are a
dot
bunch of
.jpg,
fucking,
dot .jpg, dot .jpg, dot .jpg, dot .jpg.
Oh,
there's
they're
some
all
PNG.
.jpeg. I already looked at them while you guys were talking. And if we look here, June 16th, 2017 was the last day that most of these were updated. So that image of Florida was from 2017.
Okay.
yeah.
And yet the
Well,
irony of
I
that
think
is
that's when
these-
the stream was.
Yeah.
was
the
it?
irony.
Was 2017? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
he has 757 subs.
Well, the irony of this, guys, is that nothing's actually changed since then, so it's still current from a flat Earth point of view. So he doesn't need to update it. does he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet money that at least 500 of those 700 subs are globe earthers sub to him to laugh at him, because I am sub to him to laugh at him.
Probably.
I can't be bothered.
Probably.
Microraptor says we're still here. Dick doesn't scare us. I don't know. I bet JMs would.
That
Yeah.
hair growth, and Tony Regime has a point. That hair growth is caused by having my body.
Alkaline body.
Yeah.
All right, well, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it all makes sense. now.
He's got high levels of base in his system.
No,
Very alkaline.
no, Reiko, if you didn't see it earlier, we covered part of the T-Jump debate where he was talking about alternative medicine, and he made the claim that his blood was fully alkaline.
I hope it isn't.
Hey,
Because
do
that
we-
means that he's got a lot of hydroxide and or carbonate in his blood, and you don't want that.
No.
That'll react with tons of shit.
Yeah.
Not if he wants to be a battery. He's a battery. You can plug him into your favorite battery toys, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and he'll
He's
also
the
make
word
himself. He'll also poison or corrode himself in the process. So have fun, I guess.
Yeah.
do
But
we
he
want
likes
to
the word alkaline.
do we want to end this stream with the last video that I posted, Sumi?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's less than 3 minutes and it'll trigger Booma and it's hilarious.
Let me see,
Oh,
where's-
cool. I love being triggered. You always do it to me. You always think of me, mate. Thank you.
Well, let's be honest here, Booma. All you're good for anymore is getting triggered. I mean, you peaked with that joke on the show last year that Bob Nabel has 15 degrees.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
a great joke.
Yeah, that was your peak.
That was
And
That
that's
was,
how
that
the
was
video.
peak, and it's
Sumi.
all downhill from here.
No, dude,
need-
I've been writing that one ever since, buddy. I am gonna do that till I die.
He
I would've
has.
done
He
that too.
literally has. He brings that up at least twice a month.
I mean, guys, I mean, like, I got whatever the fuck his name is to say that gas doesn't have atoms. So I'm gonna be writing that one forever.
Well, yeah, and I did get I've also got to plug out of Nathan Oakley as well, because when he did the gas go down, go boom boom, that's me as well. That's part of my name. Nathan Oakley says my name.
Oh, is that why your name
I
is
love
Boomer?
that. Yeah, that's it. 'Cause it's, Oakley.
Yeah, Mike.
I thought it
did
was
like
just
it
because
when,
you're a boomer.
Hey guys, I did like it when Oakley did own Witsit last year on that one with the gas go down, go boom boom, because you can actually hear on the tape where Witsit's little heart breaks and he realizes he's not the prima donna flirt.
Yep.
That Pokely is his
Yeah.
overlord. It's such a work of art. I reckon that should almost get a mention in the top left. Top left. Mount Stupid.
You're gonna hear it
Witsit's
crack.
dying.
I mean, that's not really a top left moment. It's just a very
Fucking
hilarious moment
hilarious.
when Austin Whitsitt becomes a beta.
Yep.
What
The
he
Gamma
becomes,
himself.
I think, is what he realizes
Yeah,
that he is one.
The Gamma himself.
Yep.
All right. So our final video of the night, we're just gonna shut up and let this play because it's a beautiful masterpiece.
I think someone fell asleep.
I like the
Yeah,
asymmetrical.
we're gonna stop snoring as well. Hint, hint.
I like the asymmetrical quotations you've got there.
I muted him. He fell asleep. I'll message him real quick.
Really?
Yep.
Did he
I thought he
actually
was
fall
joking.
asleep?
He really?
Yeah.
He did. Bob fell asleep.
And you call me a fucking boomer. Oh, fucking Bob's never gonna forget
Hey,
this.
I don't blame him. I fell asleep when I was on Craig's 40-hour stream. So.
Yeah.
I'm not asleep.
Hey, Psycho Bob's got a
Muted.
parody coming. I'm gonna take Talking Heads and do Psycho Bob, Psycho Napper, whatever. I'm gonna change it into a parody now.
Psycho
Bob.
Napper.
He's not gonna
Psycho
forget this.
Nappa. Qu'est-ce que
Change it,
c'est?
just
Bum,
do a
bum,
Psycho
bum,
Wanker.
bum, 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 bum.
There you
Better.
go. It, like
Snore,
yourself.
snore, 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 snore
Hey.
away.
Don't touch me.
And
I'm
then
a
he just
real
falls
live
asleep at the
wire.
end of
Or
it.
even better, Psycho B.O.B. You know, that
Oh,
rapper that
whatever.
believes
It's
in
gonna
flat
write
Earth.
itself. Bob will not forget
Yeah,
this.
I
He will
just
be
call him
famous.
Rapper
He might-
Bob.
He might
He
even get a
is-
little bit of a
he is
mention
a
for the top left.
lunatic.
Well,
Yeah,
a little bit of
I'll
a top
be a
left
lunatic.
mention too.
Although,
Okay,
I can't deny
let's
his
all
music
shut
kinda
up and watch
defined
the
my
video.
childhood.
Yeah, let's
Oh.
shut up and watch the video.
Yeah. All right.
Well, hello. Who's this?
Hi guys, Joshua Michael here.
Hello, Joshua Michael, also known as JM Truth. Paradoxically, never has a word of truth been uttered from this rapscallion cockjockey. A real-life Walter Mitty, JM claims to be a military veteran, has the cure for cancer, a Master of Science degree with the ability to overturn the entire body of work of Newton and Einstein. In reality, the closest this cloth-eared clock will come to science is by the action of the gravitational forces that the Earth provides to keep his two-face behind on the ground. But a man of these claimed credentials cannot go to waste, so he's been tasked to bring his genius to the forefront of scientific endeavour at SpaceX. Come on, JM, I'm sure you can bring some enlightenment to these struggling engineers.
So let's get started. First, we are told by mainstream science that we live on a globe, that there's an atmosphere, and just beyond that atmosphere, there's a vacuum of space and stars and the sun and all this stuff. I want us to think from a point of reason and a point of logic, and not the modern day logic, because that's actually insanity. As you know, space and all that crap is all crazy. So, if even space existed, there's no such thing as astrophysics. It's a term they conjured up to make you go, oh, astrophysics. He's a really smart, dumb guy.
So, with JM's guidance, we can be safe in the knowledge that the days what we want to remember. Crowds have arrived to enjoy the spectacle, including Red's rhetoric. Look, there he is. So, without further ado, let's head over to Red's as he records this historic moment.
Launch the damn water
shit.
tower. Oh my god.
Well, there go the mini satellites.
Stop debating flat Earth. Flat Earth is not a debate, folks. Flat Earth is a science topic, and you don't debate science.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
What was the trigger bit? Where was I supposed to get triggered? Please, I missed the trigger. What was that?
That was
Because of
beautiful.
who made it.
Oh, is
DKG
that no,
triggers
no,
you.
dude, it's not him specifically. He's just a pompous pommy bastard. Me as
Who made it?
like you as a colonial cheat thief, me as a penal colony Aussie, we just have to give grief to pompous pommy bastards. It's in our DNA. I don't mind other pommies.
But you're
some
descended
pommies are
from
cool, and some are
prisoners that
pommies.
were sent to Australia, all right? You know you're gonna go.
Correct. We're a penal colony. And go and check your car, mate. You'll find it's not there. While this distraction was happening, I
What
stole your
car? I don't have a car.
Not
I
anymore.
stole it.
No,
stole
I
it,
never
man.
did.
Because
I
I stole
never
it
had
before
one.
you even bought it.
you stole it from the shipping container that was brought on from Japan.
Correct. Yes. In fact, look up the Kangaroo Gang. They're actually a really good dude of dual thieves that operated in England back in the 60s. Fuck
All
those
right.
guys.
Well, you know what? You
they never
guys lost the
robbed
war
anyone.
to some emus, so.
Yeah.
No, the Kangaroos won that. No, the communist Kangaroos defeated the fascist emus. Don't you know about that? We live in
Well, I
harmony
also
till we
know that
fucking
Australians literally lost the war to emus.
Yeah.
No, we built a fence. We did actually contain them, but no, that's why emus and kangaroos
You
are on
built
our
a fence
soil.
because you couldn't win.
I mean, Boomy, you can't even win a
No.
war with a fucking possum.
The kangaroos, no, it's a draw. It's a scoreless draw right now. Look, the kangaroos defeated the emus.
See?
And we are basically on the kangaroo side, so we put them on our coins and on our coat of arms because they are the true leaders. I'm a kangaroo man myself. I don't vote for emus. That's ScoMo. He's the emu party. Anyway, these guys in the
I thought
chat,
ScoMo
he
was the
can
moron
confirm
party.
ScoMo is the emu party and Albanese is the kangaroo party.
So Jin Shu's got it right in
Albanese
chat.
should win next
Stop
election, then.
panning 9 miles.
Yeah.
That's
Facty,
illegal.
He
You
definitely
can't do
panned
that.
9 miles in that.
Yeah, Facty
can't
has
do
it
that.
right. Facty has it right. You can't pan 9 miles.
So I think we may have to call it a night with that. Because we have been going for like 3.5 hours at this point.
Yeah.
But it has been fun. And we will play more Derp Roulette next week with JM because there's plenty more Derp where that came from.
I will see if I can rejoin for that as well.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
And we may have to go through how JM Trooth got his Derp back as well, which was where he didn't know what pan was. And said, you can't move a camera 9 miles. And DKG goes, JM, it's called pan.
Yeah.
Okay, if I can jump in, guys. Don Giovanni brings up that the Chinese lost the war to sparrows and millions of Chinese died. Good call, that is true. And another one I'm going to bring up, guys, while I can, is we're doing a dinosaur movie on Wednesday, 8 p.m. UTC time. So our usual Ardo and I, the Year Oz, are doing our dinosaur voiceover. This is going to be fucking good. I'm looking at the Lost World 1925, but we might find a different one. It's going to be dinosaurs. So
Excellent.
Look at if you want to check it out, guys. Yeah. Who else has got something to shill?
How about a card game tomorrow?
No, we're not doing cards. No,
cards tomorrow.
Ardoin's mum is having a birthday.
yeah.
Fancy having a
Happy birthday, Ardoin's mom.
Yeah.
Yes, Mrs. Ardoin. Yes, she's 23 years old. You never say how old a woman really is because you get killed. So she's
Well,
23.
you just said how old she is.
Happy 23. Well, you don't. Yeah, okay.
His mom is
And
23.
that's
Damn.
a JM Truth.
Yeah.
That's the JM Truth.
That is the JM Truth. And I have nothing to shill because I'm just a guy who doesn't have a channel that goes on everyone else's channel.
Ah, so you're a leech body. You are a symbiote system. You need a host body.
Yes, but
to exist.
mysteriously,
You're like an alien.
every video I'm in performs well. I mean, look
You're
at
a
this. You guys had 9 viewers before I came, and then you had 12 for a little bit. So
Wow, 25% increase.
It was all me.
Oh no. We need one more person because we've had 68 playbacks. We need one more person to come in. Come on now. One person.
All right, well, that's it.
Where's
that's it for
Gary
me, fellas.
Wybango when you really need him?
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Sleep or
One
high.
person.
All right, that's it for me, fellas.
So yeah, we'll
What's that?
see you guys next week at the same derp time with the same derp
Dirt
jam.
channel. Oh, dun 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 dun. I'd love some of the Batman music right now to take us out, but then we'll get a copyright strike.
Yeah, there's that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah, party with Ardoin's mom tomorrow.
we should, yeah. Sure, we'll see what we can do.
Play us out.
All right, good night, everyone.
Bye. We can nuke those commie bastards in 5 minutes. The bombing will commence. You just got to grab them by the pussy.
I think you still have a hot mic.
Oh!
Yeah, you too.
Lucky I'm a former president of the United States then.
Yeah. Actually, I think you're going to become president now that you said that.
Yeah.
Not exactly a high bar to clear anymore.